Friday, 27 June 2025, has been rescheduled for Monday, June 30, 2025. The rescheduling of the press conference to Monday has been necessitated by a request from above, following a meeting with some respected government officials and citizens of our country yesterday. Just a statement in the bio, so which means Wednesday, and as our engagement, so apologies to members of the media for the postponement, and we look forward to seeing you on Monday, June 30, 2025 at 10 a.m. Signed, GBA Communications Directorate, and at the by. And it was not clear until for you can infer from this, still we're resigning, and then the last day in office. Okay. But on Monday, Obe address a press.
Yeah, so I think that it's that clear that.
No, but the good news is that the communications manager at the GBA.
Obaha.
Yes.
But like I said, me, you know, say, look, I point is that say why resign? Well, that's on personal grounds. When you say personal grounds, they won't trade.
Yes.
So it's on personal grounds. Why resigning on the basis on personal grounds? But in Komodia or see interventions are some government officials are Sa intervention you between Komana. What kind of intervention is it?
So we can ask questions. Yeah, what kind of intervention? Because we don't know.
So money press conference and I say money resigning. So it's
okay
because you see usually be government official penifone on your market. Almost me two minutes si assembly so. So we 2 minutes si assembly so they are not just a resignation in you.
Okay.
Me 2 minutes si assembly so. My name minister me intermediary and I me intermediate sa assembly and then deal with the matter. So and one say I didn't say Bushianto Kwao. So clearly he's not hiding the fact that he's a financier and
a member of the ruling party. Yes.
So and the fact that he has issues with the minister and the kind of committee are almost setting up to investigate whatever took place in the boxing emporium and all that with the death of the Nigerian boxer. And how things have gone, how the committee approached the matter, the report out there by report in the public.
No, you're in the public, but right. Me pacho share me bag in report nishim Ibrahim.
So that
share me bag in report.
The point is that all these things have come to a point that Papa ne say pam no twa no ma resign. And to resign maybe a meeting for government for now one ko shia no. One say Nabotre. Ginim say wa kwama party na ba power. Yintumi nya osa, yintumi ntu ejeje mu. Enunti resignation. Hold on. Press conference no hold on and then yen kasem ni wie. Ntimi sure say it is possible say be a Monday no press conference no ba be ka tell say resignation enam empenifo bia o mo ne na di nkomo ne ade nti wa anya bi. And I say,
it's possible.
So because usually we are yet Ghana Hanieti. Usually in some say I'm happy. Amte is coming, but point is that this is the sense I get. Say resignation. Ebi anamaso. Ebi anamaso.
No, penny the or cancer because I think say before be baso be resign. Na wadwin hu yie pa
Debi so onu so owo mpanifo mo party no eche no die bia ne ferifo bi na afre no e na o ma trans ye di nkomo no ma ka tell say na but second there would have been nothing that would stop the press conference today. Nothing should have stopped the press conference. But for the respect that he has for the people who have met him,
okay,
nothing would have stopped the press conference. The press conference would have come on today. So the press conference coming on today, not coming on today, means say clearly Monday, a possible say 30th of June press conference. No, ebe catch say esan mpanimfo a eni obu a woman san mpanimfo nti omoto mo na esi asem no so almost say man resign nti wa anya anyi bi. And this is the sense I'm saying it, and please speculative analysis is allowed. So this is my reading of the situation, and there have been several examples of those things. This is my reading of the situation. Say it is possible that Monday no eba be catch say me anam kan so meboa, and me anam kan meboa because not because on person be resign, but because the fair for omuni na di nkomo no a kire ne say look yetu e na asi asem so we have intervened in this matter. It no longer has whatever personal reasons you have for resigning based on what we think you might have done, you have done for the party and all those things. Yen pese ubedi yaw now they are coffee. In the answer, esa we yaudi no so ebe high in the sense say papa no owe busia, papa no owe nkofo mo owe adofo nkofo mo do no bia na going forward no ni yaw ni bibia no akwa ha party no fortunes. So and so it is all these, perhaps it is all these political calculations that is being made, and Mr. Nikwe is being impressed upon. Say, look, Abutre, asemwe yebeka ya finding a puma sibre. Very important. For me, I think that this is my reading of the situation. It's possible that 30th. And I said possible that 30th.
Obabe kase wenya resign bi mpanifo ene no akasa. But unim say committee the issues are Emma Owura eye Abraham Kote Nikwe opese or resigning nyina eye Nigerian boxer obiwuye any minister no ne handling of eye issues no ne committee na or setting up no. But curiously no Jesse, one of the recommendations, and I say one of the one executive summary report, TAWA, or say after comprehensive review of the governance of the professional boxing in Ghana, the committee concluded that the GBA, as presently constituted, cannot effectively organize, promote, or administer the affairs of professional boxing in this country.
Well, but that's the committee's report. And
yes, this is what the committee recommended. And until the second point, or say accordingly, the GBA's license should immediately be reheld by the National Sports Authority and its finances comprehensively audited. An interim body should be temporarily be appointed to take over the GBA's functions until the implementation of the recommended reforms and the conduct of new elections within 6 months from the submission of this report.
Yeah. So, but this is a report you have, by virtue of you have intercepted.
Yes, I intercepted this report.
Fine.
Yes.
So far, we don't know the position of the ministry.
No, but Sobe Kaya, that committee is submitting a report at the minister. No, minister issue a statement. I think 2 weeks after say, and we can get the minister's statement. All right, ubetimi share minister statement to issue after say committee a present your report at the man say everything in the committee's report obey implement. Every recommendations will be implemented.
Well, it's strange. Strange not because he died, because basically committee in the report, minister and the person on train say, "What did be atum?"
Yes, and obey implement every recommendation.
Very well.
Committee, at the buy.
Very well. That's so it means then it means that all these things clearly will be implemented. But again, the Ghana Boxing Authority, present board, executive, clearly, I'm sure they had opportunities to go before the committee.
Sure.
And
even the president,
they would have,
I know, say Okoho 3 times.
The committee would have gave them ample time, ample opportunity to respond to whatever queries that came in and everything.
Sure.
Based on omo reports, omo findings as after the what do you call it, their sittings. This is what they came to. I think honestly, of course, Lamte is coming.
Yes,
he will clearly speak to some of these
issues,
those issues. But I'm saying that on the resignation, I'm clear in my mind as I sit here. Me evidence but I'm clear in my mind. Reading the situation, say it is really possible. Say next week Monday, next week Monday. The GBA president might come and tell us that encophobia to harmonize and
when you
resign, and of course, if that happens, we also have our say.
Of course, and just because Lamte air banintino, yenye eniaman 10. Me pacho frɛ kwaku ansan Albright ma me na amano ne nsɛm kakra ya boaboa no Jesse onfa enomra na afi ana wo president worship bi anka be pese obeya no na no pe ya na
say Lamte banti has ye ni ntumi nka ana
ye betimi aka ye ni ami be wi o no kɔ oba ko di dwumadi bi nti ye ni ami wi no kɔ na afi ya tena se discussions
has asem no me
has de he Assembly na esi wo ho.
Jeffrey Bana omo ye
yeah. Oh, send the kind of topic in until the be kan ho asem.
Clearly.
Yeah, and we will look at it. We will look at it. Just that the asemo aba ne se the me pekini so omo ni new adubi ase so omo nyina omo ye nuafo. Enti omaka ma eni omo the road map on the back to Ghana football anymore. Na afi omo yi transfer ban.
Omo
yi transfer ban.
How to work the car omo go to your road map ben.
Oh, see the car ye nya ni nyina asese ye nti munyi bi na moma ye mre ne emfa metua. Say no de ene omo ni we fo na.
Debi.
Oh, say no omo.
Debi me bamba.
Emma ye ni Abdusalam kra kasa wa ha this week. Emma osi we de eye fi asem eye nuafo mienu ene ntokwaba omo akon awie omo ate omo ho ase. Enti we anya asem bia.
Aden has trans ya omo nim so omo nuanum kuma. No omo try so omo bisisi omo. Omo try so omo be bule omo.
Na so onua keto atimi sisi no.
Unia keto sa kwan we na afa so sisi.
Na so otimi sisi.
Sa enim guase kwan we so. Well, kwan till yedi ruling aba on the 8th of May. Yamao up to the end of 31st. When to mini unia na transia and shishe bibia and for road map anko 31st aba be pound. You write June ama June 3rd omu cho letter san ko ama adena take effect after na ma transi say nuanum talk anti mo bi anka bi
yenkwama no eno eye topic for discussion enti ye beba so enti eno no we ye has any new adubiase ene ye topic ye bedi hu enkomo
asanti ko no mo ye den justifier
say enye so players yo mo to bi say players yo mo to me unti say kotoko ma to be 3 players already
justify your inclusion eno
say no the omo dey pay say they can even get players into the junior team
omo dey debi no look guys are look and then if and modern day football say who person won top player do you need justifier?
No, say you justify the top player.
Absolutely.
But omo to be so much
debi am saying that Asante Kotoko as a club, baby, almost dream.
And yes, some justify.
Why should they do it? Because by now, Kotoko, we should be talking about they having a scouting department, scouts bringing reports, all these things. What are we talking about? House of work here be Yanka. See a kind. Yeah, Yanka. Yantrans Yanka.
I say, Unim say be a house on Bessan ye be more.
Me see, and name modern day Ghana. And prayer your football dream. Justify your inclusion. Now come out Dreams FC and I say, with all respect to Dreams FC, I mean Shadow Michel, with all respect to them. Yes, I deal with.
Now Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Now Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Preview.
Kwaku bone pa ne yenko. Bowen 989 ene yede ko amanone. Yebeko England kakra efiri yeko Germany ni yeko Italy ni aba Spain na afa yeko wie ewo United States of America. Esan say next year there ompel yebeko ho.
Preview.
Nkrofo di kan ho yenso ye ba akọ mo ho ni ya adwuma ni wi a ne ya san ba kama obia ne de ontu kwan kotena ho okwa no aba kwaku ansan all bright ye wi a ye be ba kwaku ansan
oh eba na abroche tra de say ya
abroche ya awo ho untimi unya sika no kra untimi ni se de opa no
but the one no ma kone de me bomb pie say your group stages games no yembo Canada. Canada, you been asked to grab on ye pa.
Walk on so a ding. Walk on ding.
Then I will be on you.
Yes, unyenya because unyenya work up visa now. Or they call Canada, or they call Germany, or they call Mexico.
Because reporters say all US no. One journal selection can when they got to Yamane, was team that I said, squad go.
Maybe a selection come, but I made the coming.
Okay.
Selection be en
come. Kawa coming.
Yeah, okay. Me kwame no na eko. Baby me ko bia me no na eko.
Well, mo tia say na mo hihye nyoma. Enso ye num ye tia wan hwe kura na o atran say na me medical.
Ye ni za work up obia nya obeko.
But me who say be you qualified there be activation ahodo ntimi me busy organ more
yenko kwaku yenko
era no pay yen fast the sefata emfa more creativity bia otie yen samne dia bebrebe ene ku ye pono so a ye ba be bro so ede ama okama kai na hye no so se club world cup no egu so a etwa gu wadre e was United States of America enye fedi agro endra ene enahomachi games ni bi Echaguye na interesting results ahodo ene PM honoma yere won sem eba Juve etna ho ama Manchester City boboko no atoshe no so ebo no eka no enum na chesendra na 5-star performance ana Manchester City boboko no etimi eda na di kama omchi Juve ebo no 5-2 honoma na ano ohye papa in the other games no say na koye with that Athletic omo de South Africa ha ena omo de biri mienu so ache House of Folk eyo mo adwuma Sena team no and shada nyina nan so with that for etna ho ema Al Ain ebone kanum yenu ema ne timi etimu bako ho awmachin games ni bi etwaguye na say enetie Al Hilal eche Pachuca ebone 2-0 ama nei omonso etimi qualify Red Bull Salzburg enso etna ho ema Real Madrid bobokono enso ebone chimpre kanum yensa ema ne timi Wentimi ensima J Vini Jr. eto atena Fedi Valverde enso eshe goal and Fempono Gonzalo Garcia just 21 years of age was the second goal out of the Club World Cup no more Now, right after the game, in some baby, and I call so Yalibama, Nefim Puro reactions, Ahudwa, and also Echo so El Honoma, Jadon Sam Ade Eba, na Javi Alonso, and her manager, Arema Aya Bobo Jefferson Real Madrid Bobo Kono, now Wakasa Kaka, but Obiba before I ever kono, Fatu Piatu Mami, Edem. Young Goshe, Kwanya, Vini Jr., Efaso, Eshe Gola, Edikano.
What a ball that is. Vinny Jr. has support, but he might go alone. Vinny Jr. He has his moment at the Club World Cup.
We and a Kwanya Vinny Jr. Efa so eto atene kan na right after the game and yebisa ne se yebisa aye papa your friend Xabi Alonso say nkudimde na ba Madrid qualify enemu nkodeba na say and oka e dia fa yedika bisa Vinny Jr. say ni goal no anase assist no emu mienu ne na ne fe pa o chiremu say assist no o yada assist ne pa o say pass no man no e guti like assist e no timi edema Freddy Valverde ono ma e sa goal no etimi e ba ne bisa Xabi Alonso say ono so between two no assist na ni goal no ne wen e no yada pa no si mienu ni nyina o yada no say game no mo boy no na a collective performance na say teamwork no aye adwuma ye papa o se nani wa je aye resource no e na efempo no kwan players na efa so esi akan no.
I love both. I think it's teamwork. Sometimes you need to score, sometimes you need to give, and for sure it was a good collective performance. Delighted with the performance, with the result. Now we come through first in our group. Now we carry on.
We and some Xabi Alonso and so add to General pay ball na yede also watibi ho na in the game no steady game ni diam Osha na just Alonso ne 3-back formation of boy Leverkusen no kamia say no na odi aberu amadu ba bi no ne hu say Aurelien Tchouameni mo and Den Hoyse mo and the Ginecho as back 3 ho na ebisa ne say kamia say players na adapt so well ono se ball no OBIBA bon enye formation ba ko no dey ba enye system ba ko pe e no OBIBA ball Real Madrid aso e oba be chromo formation ne system ahodo bebrebe na efempo no atimi aboa ama flexibility aba team ne mo.
Yeah, for sure that's going to be the challenge.
Okay. And then kakra no so if you on ba yare won sem ete ema na yebisa ne se Oma qualify omo kwa kosia Juve na Juve so era City achi oma ye omo adwuma bo ma chimpre e ka ne numa omo timi etimu mienu ono se historically Juve team a ogina na so ye papa irrespective of the scoreline APM na o se e be a tough game pa Madrid enya na hogro so.
Now once you go through the group stage, last 16 every game is a final. So Juve is one of the historic teams in Europe, and it doesn't matter today. They have a very good team, so it's gonna be.
Okay, we and sama papa Xabi Alonso and so editu dry and yeah ball na one so wati bi ho now yantin tomu won sam kitiam Eddie Atrenche ewo amanane na David Dia Quintana and Cristiano Ronaldo extending the contract with El Nassano Ronaldo at the picture no ko bo hotafa social media and David here and so echo commenting say oh contract was sending grasses gebi antechi and kakra and also if you on bar yara won some officially and drum and Erling Haaland etimi ehye 300 goal on the career mu just 24 years of age abeman also edi nkonya elho Nottingham Forest and omanya green light in City grounds no omo betimi upgrade no to European standard onim say and omo ba be European football ho and kakra no so if you on bar yara won some na Vinny Jr. etimi equal Gareth Bale the goal tally for Real Madrid no wetimi equal in the Kama ho 106 goals and Vinny Jr. and so etimi ashem Ede ama bobo kwa your friend Real Madrid Ansu Fati and Paula Billy Pogba sisi amana okase omo wo Star Louis Day Monaco nchoni ni nchiema omo kwa complete on medicals a join the team no elho no ana dodo na echiche Manchester United bobo kono say United atra osa ma Pogba receive ban asavi ban na wie asamba back ba be Champions League still Manchester United bobo kono ensu enya kwenya nziakan what the UEFA Champions League no mo and Sem kakra dodo na Prince OBIBA POAKWA Brown and efem pono Emmanuel Fosuapia Tima ye friend Manchester United and ano pay ye kan na won so what be ho and chebia na me beto anim say Lamine Yamal one shot season e bay 10 jersey no ono and ebe share ho officially Omajatum said Lamine Yamal no ono ena season ebe ono so ebetimi age 10 jersey no ahye kama ho na no ana dodo na ka say one shot na Ansu Fati ni amani bi etimi abewura ni mu ama bra be do kro no utimi say 10 jersey na Messi yi to ho no emu odu papa ba kola we so awe o vim vigwa wajatum say 10 jersey no wie be onko yekudus ni bi ebe dada no sehye o kire bi no wasanko yi ato se da bi obehye ahye ni yie pa elho yantintom kakra Formula 1 enchebia and a Canadian Air Grand Prix no ekɔ na wie ya Lando Norris mo man ya de mo kɔ crash wo hono ma Mercedes for fa ho kɔ there George Russell mo fa ho kɔ there omo etimi ekodi nkunim elho na unima be mu ayefa ne Kimi Antonelli ɔno ejiremo adema eje Mercedes for no na abemu na school nti omo uni Canadian Grand Prix no omo wie ya e no cultural exams ho na nei we wie exams na pass kama ho na wakasa kakra o se combining motorsport any addition no o se den papa den na nei o se ne ho atono ne ho adwojo na nei obebe concentrate on racing nko na efempo no wa konkoden e de ama Mercedes for.
Yeah, I'm super happy to have finished this journey as well, which was important, to be honest, to finish. Yeah, super happy because now I can just focus on racing, and it's a big relief as well. You know, I couldn't even celebrate Canada because I had to go and study straight away. So it's not easy, of course, to balance studies with motorsport, especially in this year with Formula 1 because, you know, I have a lot more commitment outside racing as well.
And Sam Antonelli and so Eretuja. Now, unim say the Austrian Grand Prix no paso. Nyami had my weekend we yet in so any monitor situation no. The better from the Anoyan fan coming happy 98.9 FM at T4. You begin away so na ere amanan seminasi.
Yeah, ma yana say na unim say ye ka amanonin semu die. Breaking news eba ne se Ruud van Nistelrooy ene Leicester for oma party ways by mutual consent enti ene or the omo call relegation na nkrofo susu senka ontena nanka onfa omo ensign emra but Jesse enyade a osi obetena sanso ena onim se sanso ena Wimbledon so baso na possible and also projected quarter finals no aba betudwa say eneti almost per the draw no projected quarter final draw no eni Johnson ene Musetti ebetimi ehia Lorenzo Musetti ebetimi ehia quarter final sanso ena Jack Draper nso ene Novak Djokovic enso ebetimi ehia sanso ena Taylor Fritz nso ebetimi ne Sasha Zverev enso etimi ehia ho ena Hubert Rune nso ene Carlos Alcaraz nso ebetimi ehia enti sei enetie in a way of tennis ena mede we nso ede emaw ho no na unim say their players their tennis players on three consecutive years no and as a 3 consecutive years no omo etimi eje 3 majors on different surfaces say US Open no say Roland Garros say Wimbledon no Roger Federer ɔgye no 203 205 ɛna Tio hwɛ Carlos Alcaraz nso 2023 2025 ɛna afei nso Roger Federer na nso 207 209 enti no ahead of Wimbledon no ɛna yɛde we nso ɛma wo na yɛka tennis di a na Alan Green the researcher na n'ani agye paa but transfers nso ɛkɔ so ɛnɛ deɛ Liverpool deɛ ɔmo yɛ ni nyinaa kyerɛ sɛ league no jabe ɔmo nso bɛgye atoa so 1 2 3 4 te sɛ deɛ Manchester City ɛyɛ no ni nyinaa ne sɛ ɛwɔ mu sɛ Trent Alexander-Arnold akɔpie mu ɛwɔ Real Madrid deɛ na emom Jeremy ɛyɛ Frimpong aba Milos ɛyɛ Kekesh ɛnso aba sanso na Florent ɛyɛ Vit ɛnɛ British ɛyɛ transfer record no wabubu no koraa 116 ɛyɛ million ɛyɛ pound sterling ɛna Liverpool ɛde akɔfa German ɛyɛ superstar yi ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ ɔyɛ generational talent ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ ɔyɛ generational talent ɛno deɛ but Premier League no nso ɛyɛ unforgiving akyerɛ sɛ players bebree etimi ba nyadeɛ a etimi kɔ sɛdeɛ na ɔmo nso sɛ ɛbɛkwama ɔmo no Jesse we Mohammed Amin Lamtaba nti yenye we 5 minutes brief na afei yɛne Amin ɛntoa so
na ntwitwi a yɛtwitwi Manchester United yɛ ndie wantwe madwe ankɔ
oh
sɛ
na sɛ Pogba deɛ sɛ wabɔ ne bɔ wi ana
wakɔ ban still Manchester United ain't tasty Champions League football are awesome pa but ɛno deɛ mami janto last week Friday we had Friday Viets you know it's a fantastic signing no two ways about that say Liverpool say afi wo sha say FSG for nyoma na omo tie no omo asese omo suban kakra na I think that FSG for no ababe drew stage bia they think that it is important that they invest in the team so one say omo buy no first thing was to when you say Liverpool was almost going into administration I mean omo buy no omo talk club no 300 million pounds you know there was a need to stabilize things one more year then there was a need to get a training center AXA training center one more year then they looked at expansion of the stadium Anfield Road ni other you know on my expansion every now I think the stage Omoduni said they have to now invest in the team. It is a share whilst they were doing these expansions they always went for low key players are almost so celebrated. So for example, I mean Salah when they were going for him was really not a big name. In fact, no about Premier League anko Italian Serie A ni ade. It was the genius of Klopp that turned Salah into gold. Essentially, they got a manager in place who basically play a bit out the man be out to meet the edge. So essentially, they managed to get this manager in place, and then this manager managed to turn around the fortunes of players. And Liverpool in a certain level of success. But and I see that in 2019-2020, Liverpool G League, what they should have done was to consolidate. They didn't do that. And I think that going back, it's a major lesson who say no. I feel coach by one chair crowd to me at the league there. Let's consolidate. And that's what Liverpool is doing now. So Trent Alexander-Arnold is gone with his, drives, with his passing and all those things. Omodi Jeremy Frimpong. But what they have done, because Jeremy Frimpong cannot be Trent Alexander-Arnold, what they have done with the replacement is to bring Florian Wirtz, who, I mean, if you look at his FB records, it's amazing. It's clear, say, they've gotten a generational talent. Somebody who will come and unlock things for Liverpool. Then they bring in Milos Kerkez. Say who follow a lot of the rumors around her. There's talk about Alexander Isak, and it's fascinating that today a player cast in the mood of Alexander Isak is being linked with Liverpool, and clearly Liverpool has the luxury of even thinking about somebody like Hugo Ekitike, and then Hugo Ekitike is now holding on to other clubs, waiting for Liverpool to come. It's quite interesting that Liverpool will go into for a player together with Manchester City, Bayern Munich, and beat them to the game. It's amazing. It's refreshing to hear these things and to note these things. But I hope, say, Isak at the end, it's looking like a Bono was running at the day, but looking around it, it is possible. Why? Why is it possible? You are doing away with Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez Beko, and we are looking at around 50 million euros for Napoli. I mean, if the figures being bandied about is correct. Nanka Darwin Núñez nko pene ko Saudi dia ka cash ne be du kakra. But as a you can say it looks like Napoli ana Obeko. And it looks like the Napoli project excites him. So Obeko, and Napoli doesn't have the kind of money that the Saudis are throwing about. And it's almost looking like Liverpool, they will reach a compromise fee. Osha, there are other players built to go. I mean, Harvey Elliott, painful though, but it looks like on the pecking order. So Osha number 10.
Gerald Kwanzaa accorded.
Gerald Kwanzaa accorded. And there are funds that will come in. Now, Luis Diaz na Diana na akwakoye Bibi Kakra because Barca really wanted him, but as a Nico Williams, a call or Nini agent call a meeting about 3 weeks ago. A catcher almost said Nico Williams, I already saw Beba Barca. And I say, the whole thing assistant. And it's most likely say Diaz, so on call Saudi Arabia there. Because El Nassr wanted him. See, so on Kodia, then it's most likely he will stay at Liverpool. So clearly, I mean, but there are other sales we could do. Tyler Moulton, most likely will sell. So Harvey Elliott, most likely will sell. There are players.
You want to clear your books,
no,
and bring in some players.
It's not really clearing our books. In fact, Liverpool can spend up to £200 million and still be within PSR.
Yes.
It's not about, and that doesn't mean that Liverpool is going to spend £200 million. But the point is that they are so PSR compliant, say they can afford this season to spend £200 million and PSR and Chiomo. That's how well managed the club has been. And big ups to FSG. First, near FSG was
wait, Obi the message about my main kind man Jesse. Or say, good morning, bro. I beg, if you want the world to maintain peace in the morning, don't be asking Prof questions about Liverpool.
Why are they? Why?
Jehoshaphat, ni ama Ashon Katai.
Niama unim. Na ono ni Manchester United.
I say, I beg, if you want the world to maintain peace in the morning. Jemima catch it Albright say Oma guest and Emra. Why Oma Nemra na Jesse Ujina.
This kind of Manchester United combination to obstruct the analysis about Liverpool is absolutely unfair. Absolutely unfair.
We obina dia ba
and I'm na so or madam for papa micho and I won so or you are down for.
Yes.
And I won so your Manchester United fan. And sa mummy no more combine
we are giving you guys your flowers because a comma the match
and fire home.
Premier League here.
Debut.
Premier League
Debut.
era. Ademacha.
Debut.
In fact, Premier League era. I feel no more winning me.
No, but I don't even get this thing.
No, Premier League era
I don't
since
get
1993.
I don't get this thing.
The point is that since
and
1993, I feel
but it's still 2020.
me say since
No, I may say it's still 2020.
of course, but,
Absolutely.
but-
And it will be 21-20.
but
And
Premier
it will be
League era.
22-20.
Let's
It will be
put on record.
23-20. You stay at 20 for the next 60 years. That's what's going to happen.
Yawa.
You stay at
I know.
you stay at 20 for the next 60 years.
Senior Mohammed
I-
Amin
I-
Lamte.
I can't believe Mebamba. That's why I'm a Manchester United supporter. Until I'm sure that me team Akano. Me see for the next 60 years. 60 years, Manchester United is going to be at the doldrums for the next 60 years.
That's
Now,
wishful thinking.
dear Kwe, what is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Oh, but
Dear Kwe, dear Kwe.
Liverpool went 30 years. Nobody complained.
And I'm double, 30 years, no. 30 years, no. I was still winning Champions League.
Nobody.
I was playing Champions League football.
Nobody.
Well, how long has it taken you? When was the last time you played Champions League?
Nobody.
Me see, 30
Nobody.
years of a Premier League dream, you know. I was playing Champions League.
No, but
I was winning
how
Champions
should-
League.
how should Liverpool
I was
stay
not
there
only
for 30
playing
years and not win the Premier League?
It does not matter. I am
matters.
saying that. I am saying,
It
say,
matters.
I am saying,
A
say,
league that you have
I am
dominated
saying,
before.
say, I am saying, say, even upon the 30 years, me, na Champions League are common the mesa.
We are talking about Premier League.
But what are you talking about? Are you going to compare Premier League to Champions League? What are you saying?
See.
What are you saying?
A league
Because you have
was,
only won three. That's why you are talking like
a
that.
league.
But if you have won 6,
A league
do not
that,
talk like that.
A league that.
What are you talking about?
A league that you dominated
It does not
for so long.
And so I decided
beat
to put
my-
aside.
my-
I decided
it
to
beat
put aside
my
my dominance.
imagination
Remember, I
that
decided to put aside
you
my
can
dominance
go
and
not
concentrate on you.
10 years,
Which one is your problem?
Not 20 years, but 30 years.
And I will say, when was the last time you won?
In
Remember,
fact,
what you do? I do 10 years.
since between 93 to 2025, you have won this league for only two.
But I don't care. I am saying that.
You should
I
care.
am saying that. I don't care because you, with all your problems that you are having, winning Premier League.
Kwadwo Adamansa Eddie Abase, they went 30 years, but it's good that they are back.
Me cry there, me family, me see.
Chemo, Charlie, you hold me down, and I'll forever be grateful. You know, say since you show me to soccer bet, I dey see grains. Talking of good cash out, fast payout, high odds, and total odds accumulation, bro. It dey go on for this side. Charlie, that be high for day. I be you know that, bro. Soccer bet they do the most. Then my interface they catch me. Smooth navigation and easy access to all the sports games through any virtual games you choose.
SoccerBet has all you need as a punter. High odds on pre-games, live games, and interesting virtual games to instant virtual games as well. Don't be left out on all of this. It's a good thing you join the fun side. Make the right choice today and enjoy all the goodies that comes with betting with SoccerBet. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18. Gaming can be addictive.
And no Cretrodos here can high sensor, the about chimney television, refrigerator, chest freezer, air conditioner. Now so when you say your laser TV, gas cooker, washing machine, smartphone, sound system, water dispenser, microwave, blender, rice cooker, kettle, iron, air fryer, kakrabim ponono. So to adhere away ho, in few numuntem, se hunchema, near free yania, Fabra, yensia mawa, yabesa sama. Se say so the high sense showrooms no, ebu organa fanenina, into bibina opato, banaiko, nekojodie, ebi one cry, tama, kumasi. Takrade, Takwa, Mankesim, Obuase, Sunyane, Techima, Tamale, Hohoi, Kofodia, a Bona da Fomboko, Edemao, Siaka High Sensor, near Tredia Echeno, dear Papano, dear Ensen in Amcanian, dear Air Feno, Nea Befono, Bibina Open Chrimua, Frey, 0302 550000, and now Quabe for Nansen Tintanaso, Ubenya highsense.com.gh. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube so, and also share High Sense Ghana. High Sense, the name was so be abotum, and no.
Charlie. le emra ye nyina ye twen no afei ena duro eye akansie kasie no efrika so a enkunim de for sorry akofo etehwe na mom won mom konkodin no etijinae ye de ne gye nyo sebo ebe ma asase awoso Ghana mu aduane panie asa kasie enwuma ede abaso body kasie Sala Food Fest obia bedidi junda etoso de ngotwe forecourt chief imam efiewa ewo fadama obia bebabi sani jejumadi enu hu kwanse epa wo bra na be hwe woni so ade na be hu aduane pa diasa na dia chede fa kofie Happy FM Sala Food Fest grand finale Sala Food Fest 2025 enyima kwa hodo a omaso yasene miye de jumadi ebrewo Tasty Tom Spices Tasty Tom Jollof Base Fried Top Vegetable Cooking Oil Fortune Margarine and Jibu Water Happy FM nimdia Happy FM and Jenkwa
Ente nyame ya adom a ochene ba kopie mu ewo the forecourt of chief imam the venerable chief imam ne fie ewo fadama ho ene de 2025 edition of the Sala Food Festival no final no and I said the grand finale no ye de ebeba anti hye nso ti ochene hia yen ewo ho emrepem no me de ho ensem ebebre pa ewo dwumadi so na ye ka Sala Fest die na miankasa minua pani Muhammad Amin Lamte ewa ha ono ene ye kasamafo edema Ghana Boxing Authority shene so se omo ene regulate professional boxing ewo Ghana ha ono anso oye celebrated ring anchor or ring announcer. Look, boxing untimi nka boxing asem ewo Ghana ha umfa ni din enka ho wadwane yen ewo studio ha unim senka nei ene sabre ya nanka esenka o moderate a press conference, a resignation press conference by the GBA president, but enra yenya communications from the communication directorate of GBA say sa press conference no oma postponed at the call Monday 30th June 10 a.m. and may catch us said that press conference will be live on Happy 98.9 FM. But before that press conference, Mamema Ura Muhammad Amin Lamte Akwaba Yawa Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
Pacho Bibia Boko.
And Friday, dear. I was in the Nyanko Pass.
Yes.
Or the Friday I change. But maybe no, my name is Sister Penny Kansamena. Prince Amam Minuswa bring me because just about some few hours ago, you could see GBA president, the elder sister, we last week Thursday,
yeah,
and they see you Friday, any Friday. Prince, seriously, time is running very, very fast.
Yeah.
And I was saying, you avoid procrastination. I was saying, you boy homework and say, we must just do it. When you have a decision, you need to just get yourself into a very serious situation. Critically analyze the issue before you take a decision. Don't look at the time, just go ahead because time and tide wait for no man. Time no
I
just say, but bring your friend and say, you want an idiot into one free or the work of courts. Of friend free American say, I mean, you want Prince economy. I mean, no one can yawa.
Okay, into it. My heritage friend ho. Into a semi-tier royalties man.
Me catch and say, lawyer no who are then. Or be on to me. Tell it the same.
Nyamiadum.
Na
adena the widely publicized famous press conference. We were planning to do a live broadcast from there. Na ma postpone. What happened?
Man proposes, God disposes. Now before me come as someone there, edi kano me da ma sema tun sa frame. Me san switch production team.
Sure.
And the omutie and the pain, no musatio every morning me for the agro cry. Even though I sometimes listen to other morning show, but I will show them it pa. And I'm assuming chairman boss, Professor
Jessica Fiamponsa.
Oh no, he's the only professor in Ghana sports into me channel so pa. But baby audio kono on Daniel Kopa, they say I'm here to talk about boxing.
And let's focus on
Manchester United.
Oh, let's focus.
No, Prince, we share Premiership. I need we had it 30 times.
Yeah.
It's unprecedented. It's the highest.
Yes.
Now we share one thing I met to my catch on before I have time to come and sit down with him here, head for head, and he said, Ronaldo, in the history of British football, not even British football, I don't know other leagues, on kind of 9 seconds, and all this share Liverpool. 9 seconds, and your friend is Ronaldo. All the show
took just 9 seconds.
9 seconds. And Uncle say he shouldn't even say anything about Manchester United because the records no me see me kumu. He will run with his 2 hands in between his feet. It's not about pass growth. Me catch out. There's these 2 scenarios, Even 9 seconds, Ronaldo at the Ashamono. I was some come with Matum.
I mean, what Jesse Empeso Betias and say when you decided to see a bit dominated the Premier League. We dominated the Premier League.
We dominated,
there's no club in the history of the Premier League
Prince,
can't dominate like we did.
They cannot.
No,
even they say a crap.
I'm dominated 1 year.
I'm dominated.
I'm 4 years. Now
That's how very, very deceptive. Deceptive.
Can we
very
talk about boxing? Let's talk about boxing.
Ono kwa na obi beka say bia ya planning Prince, you can't boxing now. A sport to be sometimes when you want to look at it from the global perspective, a sport to be uncomfortable. From the word go, no, it was more or less like passion. Uncomfortable more dog boxing. The way I come, especially people who are very resilient. Obi no iwiasono. Or John who said, "These are my brands and a These are the people who love boxing." Obi ani juma no ehia se ahonden, okay, any adwen, because boxing is not about the physical fitness, it's about the mental fortitude. Ono obi ekwa the way obadwen no ho no we hwe the way oye no so oye odie. And in the world, no, we all know that boxing is one of the most lucrative venture in the world, because one night a branded is Floyd Mayweather the almost about $100 million in one night. Football cannot come closer to boxing. Into a share course in boxing, I think boxing is really a beautiful sport. Now let's move to Ghana. Prince, you all know Ghana so far, no, you're to Ghana 10 world champions. And listen, recently a girl be out Jamestown, we also did the Mbadiano.
Yeah.
It is essential, you're fun to say 11. We started with DK Poison, Azuma Nelson, Nana Kunedu, Ike Basuka Kote, the late Alfred Kura Kote, and about Joseph Kinkonak Beko, Joshua Clote, about Richard Comey, Emmanuel Tego, and Isaac Dugbe. And Obano so recently.
This 11 world titles.
World titles. Now, football, what did we do? Then Ediaba. African Cup of Nations 4 times. That time on Krapona, most of us were not really. So I say, and boxing. Let's come back and ask ourselves, what have we done? I bet to me, Boamo boxing to me, a Pija boxing Costro. Yes, we have the Bukum boxing arena. After the Bukum boxing arena, then Suneoho. You understand what I'm saying? So that is where we are coming from. Into when you, it just say those who are at the forefront of boxing, before you criticize them, because there is no any budget coming from the government. Ebia Amateno, they are under National Sports Authority, they are under the government. When it comes to their tournament programs or whatever, the government takes care of them. But what about professional boxing? Professional boxing, that is the level, Prince. You groom me, you nurture. Amateur boxers are more crossing over to the professional level. Then would help them to get to the level. Even me as a board member of the GBA, and then me says called Nusu. Maybe Prince, so who a brand to be who say or born homoding or a boxer, then you pick the person. You could serve as a manager and you get him a trainer, you need to get him a medical officer, you need to take good care of him, his diet and everything. That is what people do. But when you come back to Ghana here, what do we see? The Ghana Boxing Authority, the election is selected president. There is nothing that comes to the board. The only thing that the president or the GBA can talk about is that, so who here will license her? Oba, you need to pay something small. Let me catch us something small. Because the point here is that almost about 70 or 75% of stakeholders in boxing don't even renew their license. And the second point that the GBA could even get some small thing is about when a program you're holding for say boxing. So Kofi Bekon also Bekon, at least you need to give out some percentage. Percentage in the 5, minimum 2%. Now say Kofi Bekon now on the net no 100 Ghana GBA bejahi in terms of percentage and GBA. So we have people who have strategized Siano. What they do is that say Kofi Bekon, if it is let's say 10,000 Ghana, no, the contract they will bring to the GBA, they will capture it as what 500 Ghana or 200 Ghana. So the GBA what Sika ever GBA. So but some boxer no or the 10,000 because all these things are happening.
Promoters are duping the boxing authority.
So that is the system. So there is nothing there for the GBA for someone to say there's malfeasance, there is this, there is that. And sometimes when people say this thing, you sit down, you realize that they are not insiders. If your information can afford the more right information. Even some more say information are Prince under normal circumstances, you say for clarification, not condemnation. So over catch him say Prince I see. I mean, I should not just outrightly condemn Prince. No, I need to verify. Someone beside Prince Krapa Kofi, Professor Kofi met me because Prof. Me who say Prince ya onipa na me ti say oh David de benin no kware. Asama mo catch no me ho e no kan e wan kan sa. Then you are okay. But me me ti no. No verification, no clarification, nothing. Then I conclude, say Prince Onipa Bone. That is what is happening today in Ghana boxing. Into situation I'm just giving you this as a preamble before you come out with your question. Will be say I don't in a press conference on You see, if we are saying sometimes you have to humble yourself. The GBA president Abraham Kotenikwe, me my country be say meaning 24 have been in this industry close to 3 decades. And I can tell you, meaning Kofi Bebreye Juma, not about boxing, even as a lecturer, okay, my HOD, meaning Kofi Bebreye Juma. Abranteno is one of the most solid person I've ever met in my life.
Abraham
Kote Nikwe. Prince, Nenia Brepa, Enyagro. Ejuma no dino. Obi a Ojuma oye. About the boxing and 2 minutes say president, he stopped everything. He sidelined his own business and concentrate on boxing. And I boxing 24/7. On there, and he say Obi a president no on call visu. You say be a Friday once in a while. They be office no 24/7. Or to me free office 11-12.
Total dedication.
I'm telling you, Abraham Kotenikwe. Inti Sasame Abbey. Yes, he sat down. He looked at what is going on. And then the Prince Obiam and Triano. There is no salary, no allowance, nothing. No condition of service. Me boama sports no costro. We can all see the evidence writing boldly on the wall. Achievement a professional boss na achieve. But people seem to have blindfolded themselves or muhu. In Tottenham si dwen ho. We say they be. Abranche, I was say I was so dwen ho na because the say baby aduna kodru no. Insult a eba no. Attack a eba no, vilification a eba no. Somebody like Camille Lam, this is a professional. In his own right, there are a lot of individuals like, John Manfo. Abrantia was say almost over $100,000. Or the sponsor as Dugbe. And as a Dugbe winning world title, it's a board member. So if you have people going to go out there and say that we are criminals, we are thieves, they are destroying our integrity. Boxing is a sacrificial job. In the which now no be say na Prince Echina na Milam to uko interview we be na company be here. They will refer you back. We were told that you are a criminal because you were not given the chance to come and clarify issue or defend yourself. In the yes, I say your choir conference eneno mpenifo efre no. So one night no two groups nichiano but where top political leaders of National Democratic Congress. Unim say also a former parliamentary candidate or contestant want to me winning. 2024 elections is one of the security couples of Greater Accra. And also no Kahua JDM baby our call rounds is part of those who were behind him when it comes to security. So
of course.
Share the way original. Where they watch everywhere too. Where original which will be on to me now share into the JM Chisa and ADW elections. See, elections in the party about power. Because that 3 years, and 3.5 years of spending, he spent those 3.5 years under MPP Nana Adu Danko Akufo-Addo. He even have the chance of going to Nana. He met Nana at the presidency. He decorated Nana with the title. That was the day that we reminded the former president that during a time as a boxer, no amateur, no, onim nidin.
Yeah, friends.
Onim nidin.
Debbie.
Oh, one more so guminimaso.
Yeah, friends.
Next time, no. Okon papa ni nickname I the man no. That time no, I think is governor. Yeah, man, governor. And the governor na done it than the son of the president. You can't say Australia sound say ne then yes say yenkwala. Now we then we are history is there for
done
you.
Your research.
Exactly. Inti we Mustafa Yusuf. Ono so Manu Yako. Because on one sister Penny Efrimu me wo hona ekosie no na yekuni fie yekoya ado ai bibia sisi anu omudi bibia ekofie inti honorable Mustafa Yusuf my condolences to you omuni na omudi kote yejuma inti ni party by e na o minister ho no ko chanos congratulate no and the minister so obi yejuma okay prince inti ade na isi ya no penifo ba no mudi make asa na mo so muni na muti party ba ko na munya ade amuyi. Because Adebakwa shock me say yen penny for no obian to me and free minister National Sports Authority GBA say ade amoye no ade mo na muti party bakwa muntimi mu tabont na mu gugu mu humura asesa no obian nya na sa ntempeni for na catch say onto no bo nti Thursday Friday today tomorrow the GBA is more than ready and we could have gone to do the press conference omo free on na mpeni for bi so buy. Amoni there is not about political party. These are Ghanaian citizens, blended. These are people who love boxing. Almost say, are there almost with TV so on the boxing league? They can't really take it for that thing to go off. And it's now mobile catch and say, untenable. Almost said they are also going to have 1 or 2 talks with the big shot and all that. And from the top,
Oka Topa. From office of the president.
Any the medium and catch office of the president. Me see from the top. And then of course we buy catch and say untenable. Sana catch. Inti Onosono is a very humble person. He respects people. He wouldn't want to get himself into something questionable. Inti Thursday, today Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Prince. We are just waiting because we need to make sure say we live up by what he's planning to do on per se so be at the
what is the relationship between the GBA president and then the current sports minister?
Prince we be some the relationship is more than solid. They are brothers, belong to the same political party. In communication we have what we call propaganda techniques. Propaganda techniques, you know, they say Prince we know where to party back when you contest for parliamentary. So, I need to understand that from the political communication perspective, I need to join hands with you, support you to win for the party. We are done. When it comes to political marketing, even if I know your negativity, I need to be very careful what I say. Because in communication, Prince, it is not what you say, it's how you say it. Indeed, they are brothers. And it's not Abraham Kotenikwe. Kofi Adams appointing no, Oko veterinary, he went to the office. He congratulated him, greeted him. So that was it. But at a point, on no minister, no, Abrantini free more free Nigeria free no, Omushaya no. And on Kasa Nebi and Okasayo, and yes, if you are obine catcher Abraham Kotenikwe, on say he cannot work with them. You cannot work with me.
Minister no and the cancer as a GBA president.
Exactly.
Say I the minister cannot work with the GBA president.
With the GBA president. If you understand the rudiment of appointment, if you understand the rudiment of being a minister, if you understand the rudiment of JDM identifying you, picked you to come and serve sports, even if you hate Prince, you don't say it publicly. You keep it to yourself. Maybe sometimes your enemy could be the best person that is going to guide you to achieve your aims and objectives in life. We have seen it. Obi Wahobaka was a Prince. Never seen me hate you. Let me give you an example. I have a student. Me lecture lady from level 300 to 400. Now 300 no, not knowing on Pemasamu. Prince on Pemasam Kra. And a sad level 300, no, I think that she had an A. And she couldn't believe it. Level 400, no, she became one of my best students. On Onkasa, the final day, the meaning student in Kasa, me advice somo, me catch them say, Mumbo de Moka, Munko, masters, or Okoye service, no, prove your metal for you to be retained. Or when a gun start say, Osu. Osu, no, we almost add on say, in fact, Adia Wayemino, or bomb pies in a couple ni way be channel. And I say, then I say, I don't like you. Just that natural, I don't know why I dislike you, but you became my best man at level 400. I say, what? Media me makwan who miss me class over break. Most of them omu to me dodgy class. Maybe class you can't dodge it. Who dodge 1, 2, I'll fail you. So most of them they thought that maybe I'm worrying them, but when they maintain that ethics, so I'm saying that in life, when you dislike somebody, Prince, you must find a way of managing it. And internet nyakopama ya adwene me Kofi I start a chair. Even if I dislike Kofi, I must find a way. Kofi what here professor. Or to me frame me politically. Political to me frame says, sir, check ABCD. I heard you but ABCD. Na ma DB them coming home. Inti Kofi Adams asema okaya no. Na ya tete pa. Na me nti ase. And I mean, Nimo be our advice no. I mean, the kind of communication we are pursue use our cancer some channel. Inti he justified that statement. Time I brand in the Gabriel Wu, because as a ministry, Ghana Boxing Authority is under the ministry. Me to say more kase Ghana Boxing Authority is under the National Sports Authority. Yes, but not directly. National Ghana Boxing Federation. No, Omono, they are under the National Sports Authority because this is the amateur level. That is where you have the skating, you have the cyclists, you have all of them are more or less like amateur. Because they represent Ghana at competitions, Commonwealth, no. You see, so this is an autonomous body. GB is an autonomous body where they deal with the ministry directly, just like Ghana Football Association. Okay, there are areas that National Sports Authority could deal with the GFA when it comes to the pitch, when it comes to the facilities, what have you. But if there are issues about their budget and everything, it is not the NSA. It is the ministry. So the ministry should have deal with the GBA directly. Abrantini Freemono, it should have been a very simple method. The minister would have just called the GBA president. Abraham, where are you? I want to meet you and some few board members, or I just want to meet you and your board members. Won't be sure, no, will be someone say. Then of course, they will give you their side of the story. Then you can suggest to them that should we have a committee or what do you think? Because the scenario, no, autopsy report nearby, no, we say we should have just gone ahead, okay, to do a special investigation that would not need a committee. How do we do it? Now you have the autopsy report. It has stated clearly that it was cardiac arrest. You name say cardiac arrest. Oh, though, who drive your mimi uncle or drive it, and I didn't buy no woo. You can't prevent it. Yanyana sa and all set committee no. Into Sadia and buy the report with the autopsy no. We can straight away go to the Nigeria Boxing Board of Control, and we go and ask them, facilitate Ben a check out branch medically. And some of the report on the one sana. Most of me verify and sana money license. Simple. So when they give you the medical way or no, they must ask them whether they also have the medical history. Medical report instantaneously, Prince, is different from your medical history. Medical history nature say, Prince, last 3 years, no, about 3, 4 fights. Yanko shares our medical report of all the fights. No. Then we juxtapose that with the current medical report. No. That will tell us, oh, Prince, no way. Now, so when from so big a crabby at this time, then we all get to the same page. Because autopsy, our Ghana, our Columbia Hospital, no, almost see cardiac arrest. But I must say, the heart no, got swollen. It means that there's a problem that needs further
underlining problem.
Underlining problem.
But hold on, the committee, because medical catcher was intercepted a copy of the committee's report the command minister, and listening to the executive summary, or say the committee believes the after the autopsy and the acute left ventricular failure caused by the hospital terms in the committee believed that proper medical screening could have possibly have identified the condition. And what they are saying is that Senka GBA a medical qualified medical officer and the before bout medical proper medical screening and that doctor could have picked this up.
They are right. They are right to have said that. But you ask the ministry, have they set up that kind of system for the Ghana Boxing Authority?
Do they have to?
They have to.
The ministry?
Yes. Go and check other countries.
And there's a higher qualified medical doctor and from a GB.
Ghana Football Association. Coach Samuko Chiblasa, I want to trauma.
Is the government of Ghana?
Maybe it's a simple question also.
No, a government of Ghana.
And I catch on. Indeed, that is what during the John Mahama campaign. If you have my videos, you can Google. I have said all these things. These are the hiccups. These are the lacunas that we have created, not today, not during JDM time. You have Ghana Football Association. You have Ghana Boxing Authority. You have Ghana Cycle Association. You have Ghana whatever. All of them go and talk to their leaders, then they will tell you. Sometimes how to even acquire visa is a problem. When they are traveling, their per diem is a problem. But football, recently 3 coaches are Omodi Akano and Tramo.
Yeah, yeah.
So they will say, GB and Kai will say, I mean, kind page 92, page 92. As some more kind, the committee, yes, they have a medical officer there. A respected medical officer in himself also no wabin. But let me tell you what I'm say the medical officer that they have with them in say Dr. Martin Eggman, specialist in the public health and expertise in sports medicine. And I don't know whether he has ever been to do anything at the boxing and issues regarding boxing. We have doctors who have been, ring physicians over the years. I don't know why none of them. No, it's a point.
No, but he's a medical.
It's a medical. Yes,
Dr. Eggman is a celebrated Ghanaian doctor.
Let me tell you, he's my godfather. I'm saying this when it comes to football. He has been in sports medicine and all that. Agreed, but doctors know there are those who have specialized in boxing issues. Yes, they have specialized in those areas. Now, as some kind of mankind, who they should pitch 20 and 92.
Yes.
Now, 14.0, consultant pathologist report. In the concluding remark of the pathologist, the cause of the cardiac condition in the case remains uncertain, idiopathic from report signed and dated May 10th, 2025. In my opinion, the cause of death is acute left ventricular failure due to severe and extensive idiopathic myocardial interstitial fibrosis. Now, the question is, could the death have been prevented? Given all the lapses we have captured in the staging of the fight between Gabriel Oluwasegun Olariwaju and Jonathan Mbanungu on the 29th of March 2025, we still could not find anything that could have been done differently to prevent the death of Gabriel Oluwasegun Oluwareju. Where is it a different report?
The same report.
And in the same report.
In the same report.
Look at what the doctor
captured. But just after what you have read, point A is there that the weighing was not properly conducted.
My brother, so weighing any fights was not regularly sanctioned or whatever. These are peripheral. Okay. The core. Question will be sound.
Yes.
That is the core.
Sir, according to Omono, a proper medical examination of the athlete and our boxer now. Anka the box.
Now, why would he say that this thing can never be prevented? One chance more
No, Matthias here, but your doctor could have picked issue na you could have stopped him from even fighting in the face.
He's not a Ghanaian boxer, he's a foreign boxer.
Yes.
If what they are saying is something to go by, they should have gone back to Nigeria. They should have gone back to Nigeria where he had his medical checkup. In boxing, when you come to Ghana, there are certain things that we will not get to the core. That is why you need that medical report and your medical history So when you come to Ghana, when you give us the license from your federation, we will call them. Even the GBA president, for the first time, Abrante and Bayano, he requested for his passport to authenticate him that he is the one. Until we have a copy of his passport. What I'm trying to say here is that, look, a lot of things can come after everything, but the question you've raised, the pathologist consultant have answered it. Nothing can prevent the guy from dying. Sure, the doctors who did the autopsy, after they were done, some of us were trying to learn from them. What they told us was that with a swollen heart, sadeno, abranteno, sadano, almost sadano, okunyo, wanku, odaho, odidio, onumuso, obehu. And that is what the consultant said. Nobody can prevent it. So you see, the point here is that why is it that ADACA is part of occupational hazard? We have footballers die on the pitch. We have a lot of people in the studio they die. Man,
that's what the minister
did. Is questionable. Oh, I'm telling you. Take it from me. More than the word questionable.
Ambassador Amakai Amatefiu.
Committee
is questionable.
More than the word questionable. Let me explain to you. Even the membership of the committee almost said here, Amaka Amatefiu, His Excellency. With all respect, sometimes there are certain things that they will invite them to come and do. Sometimes they have to read in between the line and decide before they take up. He's somebody in boxing there. Those days, Azuma Nelson and other boxers, he was part and parcel of those who pushed them to that level. This is a very, very important issue. Amaka Amatefiu, yes, he could be part. But number one, look at the team almost set up. Amaka Amatefiu is an uncle to the GBA president. If indeed the minister has consulted, he has done due diligence, he would understand that even if Amaka Amatefiu deserved to be the chair, wouldn't have allowed him to be the chair. And I can tell you, say, and yet minister on a certain committee, and Neil Van der Poel. I will explain that to you later. Because team Nuncrofa won't buy no. I got to read in between the line and got to know that Neil Lantern is set to committee.
That committee, committee was set up by the sports
minister,
Honorable Kofi Adams.
Officially, that is what you say. Kofi Adams, when did he come to office? When did he come to office? Who did he consult before appointing them on the committee? Kofi Adams is sitting here. When you consult him, I'm telling you, when there's something about boxing, Kofi knows the individuals who are qualified to be on the committee. Kofi Adams has been over office. Kofi Adams, yeah, we know that he loves boxing, he's a sportsman, he loves football, but blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to administration, knowing the insiders, shareholders and stakeholders in boxing, he knows nobody. I'm his older brother, or I'm a younger brother. He knows me to be in boxing. So he should have maybe, if not because I'm part of this situation, I am one of the people that he can call to come and be on the committee. Now, Amaka Amatefiu, His Excellency, is an uncle to the GBA president. There is a family friction between their side and our president's side. Say it's just about leadership. And I didn't call Ambassador Moho and he deny young president. So the two families, they have bone to pick. So if you have such a person on the panel as the chairman of the committee, what should we expect? I'm just trying to raise something. I might be wrong. I stand to be corrected. And the second person is Peter Zwenis. Out of the 7 members, Peter Zwenis.
Ohandi over ma Nikwe.
You see, Ohandi over ma, fine, but officially, this is an individual who never handed over officially. Monday, officially, Kofi Aponsan has won the elections. Lamte is going. Document Awukite, my church Bibia say, Ejuma me started this 7-8 solid years.
Peter Zwenis, lawyer, handi over one
official handing over. Me na me catch your name. Me na me catch your here.
So ye call GBA secretariat wa ye who handing over by lawyer Peter Zwenis. That is handing over ma Abraham Kote Nikwe.
Se copy of why be say omutie omufembra. There was no official handing. There was no official note to the GBA.
So that's
president.
Another person, Peter Zwenis. Who again?
Oh, yes, I will be some because Tobo Mame, me time I know how I'm going to manage my time. Peter Zwenis, Okono, or Jai Secretary, according to the National Sports Authority rules, Sir General Secretary be free NSC or 72 solid years. No,
Fraba.
Patrick Johnson served the GBA almost about 9 years. And he doubles as the treasurer. Meanwhile, we have an official treasurer of the GBA. In the GBA account, under Peter Zwenis, he was handled by the same secretary. And Peter Zwenis' time, the general secretary in Kwane office, who see the Awotihai, Unkwan.
Obia Mahobi.
President Krapo on the Otumiba once in a while because he's a lawyer. One of the Wambahokra. Peter Zwenis, a former president of the GBA, who never handed over to the GBA. Moses Formuni has gone on air to say that Ono Okono or $30,000 our GBA account. Meanwhile, it's not true. And then when we did our checking,
how do you verify that? Say it's not true.
It is not me verifying. The committee should have gone to ADB. They should have gone to the ADB and requested the GBA financial statement. That is where they will see who has gone to withdraw what and whatever. They didn't do that. So he went and told the committee that $30,000
was
in
handed
account
to Abraham
Kotenikwe, which was not through. The money left in the account was $3,700. We have the document. On Monday, you come there, but you are doing it live. On Monday, we're going to outline all this to you. Most of our money went and said so. Even the deals that we have with IMA's boxing promotions, the same Moses Farm money went there and said that a scam, a fraud.
The contract between GBA
and IMAX. GBA is just a technical something for the it's a promoter. It's a licensed promoter. And so far 92 fights in your organizer. What remember 3 brand new cars to 3 boxing gyms. And we just leveled about 3 nights to go for the 3rd season. Another gym is going to go home with a brand new car. But they went there and said it's a fraud. And one thing is shocking in NSA. The NSA Director General, Yambo Fankra, he was then the head of sports at IMAX Boxing Promotion, IMAX Media. He was there, I was there, before the deal was signed.
But he is not a member. He was not a member of the committee.
It's not about being a member of the committee. Now listen to me. I'm not saying it. Did I say that he's a member of the committee?
No, so you are saying
I'm giving you an example of Peter Zwenis and Moses Famwini. Okay. I'm just bringing you comment that came through. So Yambo Vankra, who was there when the team was signed, he has received the copy of the report. And NSA is the one implementing everything, telling GBA, don't do this through the NSA. So Yao saw all these things. Somebody says that the deal we had was fraudulent. He did not comment about it. Now, Peter Zwen is a former president. I told you what happened. No official handing over. And instead of $3,700, they said $30,000. Now, they say, I mean, can't be betrayal. We were given ADB as the only account of GBA. Prince, just about some couple of weeks ago, in our search, we went and discovered an information that GBA has 2 accounts. GB has 2 accounts, ADB and Fidelity. After any information, I call Fidelity, so we hear information. So it's likely on Monday, we're going to bring out whether somebody has gone to cash money from that account or not. Now, finally, on Peter Zwenis, when Abraham Kotenikwe won the elections, just after 5 days, meaning that Abraham is officially the GBA president, true or false?
True.
But Peter Zwenis signed a check. They went and withdraw money from the GB account. Is this not criminal?
Oh, sir, they're not handing over and call so.
When they carry
until they will be handing over, he will still be the president, and so
what did he use that money for? What did he use that money for? There is money that was withdrawn, about 20,000 Ghana, withdrawn that they're going to give it to a musician to come and sing on a night. All these things, information, will give it out to you. So this is criminal. Because if Kofi Amponsan won an election when Amin Lamte is gone, Amin Lamte did not contest. You contested with Kofi Amponsan, Prof, and Prof won the elections. Then you, Amin Lamte, you come and sign a check when Kofi is now the new president to go and cash money. This is criminal. So Peter Zwenis is part of the committee members. Now, look at Ekwasma. Our colleague is my very good friend. Very, very good friend. So he's also part of the committee. Yes, he deserves to be on the committee. As a senior most journalist, he understands boxing, blah, blah, blah. But unfortunately, he shot himself in the foot. But I've never seen anybody being on a committee, whether the committee, assign you to be their spokesperson or not, and then you come out. Sat, I'm not reporting in PO. Reporting in PO,
but not, they have submitted the report to the minister.
The minister.
Minister Nankasa, the unpublished report.
And then I may catch. I didn't know one publish it more than 4 weeks now. I didn't know one publish. Then it was true. May catch us as that time not reporting the PO. A Kwasma going around, even on this media outlet.
Yes, we spoke to him.
Came and start attacking, insulting GBA president, vilifying him. Even there was a language.
I don't know of vilification.
Oh no, you can.
Here.
Oh no, one say GBA president or you sue office to say I shall.
No, say one can
Oh bro, and yes, one can. Okay, I'm telling you,
no,
it's on record.
On this platform, there was no vilification.
My brother. The day you called me,
as against the president
of the day you
GBA.
called me that I said I want you to pay me and him. He said it, didn't he? He said it. He was attacking the man, saying that there is so much criminality. He was the one who even went around saying that. Yeah, what is criminality? What have we done?
The committee recommended, say after a comprehensive review of the governance of boxing, professional boxing in Ghana, the committee concluded that the GBA, as is constituted presently, cannot hold effective, organize, promote, and administer the affairs of professional boxing in this country.
What is the evidence? It's the same GBA who organized the last Friday bout.
No, but it's the same GBA now.
Okay.
Or what 2 bank account? Almost 4 years. Only say or another account.
Now one and your president I want to me a hand over an octanasono. Is that not what I'm telling you? It is not Abraham Kotenikwe. Government, there is no any formality, anything that government edis come Abraham Kotenikwe and GBA. So government has the right to come and investigate GBA or audit the GBA. No, government has never given us a dime. Zero budget. So you investigate what? Now, as someone can say, when it comes to governance, GBA is not well constituted, whatever. What is the evidence? And let me take you back to the comment made by Indy. All these things are coming from people who appeared before the committee. People like Alex Nchama-Boache, people like Alhadi Taufik, people like Roger Bano, people like Shadrach Akwe. These gentlemen went, and you can clearly see that they were very emotional. They have a bone to pick with the president. That is so what they.
No, this is the executive summary of the committee's work.
What is the executive summary?
This is not somebody's testimony and somebody's
so you've not gone into the report. You are talking about
I've gone through the
how
report.
Did you understand when we say executive summary? Executive summary means
after
that
listening to everybody.
Exactly.
This is how we concluded.
That is the point that I'm making. So you've listened to them. So I really appeared before you. I came and accused Professor Kofi Amponsan that he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. Prince also appeared before the committee and said, Professor Amponsan has done A, B, C, D. Another person also came. So in a democratic dispensation, we are being governed and directed by a rule of law. What should the committee have done? After somebody came and accused Amponsan,
they will call the GBA
exactly
for them to come and respond. And the president of GBA appeared before the committee 3 times.
So you have.
I know that for a fact.
So it's 2 times. You have the committee reports. Go and read again, and find out whether all the accusation leveled against the GBA president and the GBA, whether there is anyone response from the GBO or the president. Nothing.
No, because anytime he goes and Omubusana, or say they are working on Moyeno, uncooperative because he knows say aspect of the work they are doing or the Beko court into uncooperative.
You see the allegation you are bringing now. You are not trying.
No, that is what I have heard.
That is what you've heard
from the committee.
So why wouldn't they capture that in their reports? They should have captured that, because you cannot capture accusations and allegations against Kofi Amponsan. If Amin Lamte has come and you've asked Amin Lamte, you've said Amponsan has done A, B, C, D. So respond to it. And you didn't respond. I have to capture it in the report. That Amin Lamte, who was accused that he did A, B, C, D, when we asked him, he said no, he has no idea about it. They did not ask him a single accusation leveled against the president. I'm telling you this. The president went, they've captured the 2 times that he appeared. I did what kind, someone capture. I will report no more. But someone about the GBA, your account need then no. They did not ask Abraham Kotenikwe any single question from the accusations. I'm telling you this. So I'm saying that as intellectuals, so Obia accuse Obi say YSC, no bar court, why do you think that judges would have to look at whatever you say?
As against what you say.
Exactly. So the man came before the committee, not even a single accusation was asked for him to clarify, for him to tell us his side of the story. And then you end up coming out with a report and saying that you have an executive summary. And from the summary, you've forgotten that there's a consultant who in your report who have said that if the reason why you are saying the GBA is inefficient, GBA is this, is that, the consultant says that nobody would have prevented the death. So, my brother, we are coming. So, that is one. So, I'm saying that Ekwasma, a very, very, very nice person, is my very good friend. And I'm saying that as somebody who is intellectual, you've appeared before the committee. Even if people came and say something negative about me, and you've not invited me to clarify, you don't go out there and lambast me based on what people said at the committee level. Castigate me, vilify me. That is the point that I'm making. And then he trusted what the people told him, but he did not take his time to verify from me. I mean, they came and accused you that you did A, you did B, and all that. Look, let me tell you, out of the about 29 people that they invited, almost about 80% of them were not at the Bukum Boxing Arena. Check it, you have the report. Sit down with the production team and do your analysis. This is very simple.
None of them.
Yes, they were not at the Bukum Boxing Arena.
On the night
incident, they were not there. Some of them, they are calling them experts, witnesses. That is how they describe them. Now, it's here. You've been watching boxing. I was the ring announcer.
Yeah.
I'm the communication director of Ghana Boxing Authority. But I've been in the industry for years. I was right there. And where I sat on the day, it was close to me where the guy came and went down the canvas.
So how come the committee did not invite you?
You're asking me?
Yes.
So you should have asked them. You should have asked them. Somebody was telling me that when they interviewed the minister told them that I was also under investigation. That is why they couldn't invite me. That is what the person, I cannot really confirm.
Investigation for what?
Exactly. So Prince, you see.
But why is it, sir, there's this, it seems, sir, Ura Abraham Kote Nikwe, everybody is out there to get him. Why?
Now, it is all been orchestrated
by who?
By Honorable Nilante van der Poel. I'm telling you this because the GBA president mentioned it even yesterday on the sister radio station.
You see, the Nkrofo Abomudin, the likes of Alex Ntiamwa, the likes of Carl Loko, and all these people, they've been a GBA president before this incident happened.
And so Alex Ntiamwa Boache.
So they've had problems with the GBA president.
Alex Ntiamwa Boache was not at the night fight. He's not the promoter. He took GBA to court. And then the court asked himself and GBA to come and settle that out of court. But he strategically went back to court. He went GBA, at the blunt side of the GBA, he was given, the court actually gave him all the support. As turnaround, now it was he who was fined 9,000. They will go back to court again. So this somebody who is in court with the GBA president or the GBA, why would you invite him to the committee? To come and say what? To come and say what? So, Prince, you see, these are the double standard that we've discovered with regards to the report. That is what I'm telling you, that this report is a non-starter. It's a non-starter because
Minister issued a statement said he would implement everything in this report.
It is not about the implementation of everything. You are not the only person in this country. There are people who are shareholders, stakeholders in the industry. Even journalists are part of it. Why didn't you submit it to the journalists for them to go through, raise the required question for all of us to be part of the analysis? Look, the Nigeria Boxing Board of Control, they are yet to receive their copy. They've chased the minister severally. Up to now, he has not given them the copy. You as a journalist, you've gotten one.
Yes.
Now, the Nigeria High Commission, this is a man that we've started everything with him when we went through the autopsy, all the processes. Even he did not give us a dime, even the ambassador. Because he realized that we were the one who committed the blunder. He allowed the GBA president and then the OBIBA chief executive to do everything. He called the minister, they were communicating. When he started requesting for the report up to now, the minister has not submitted a report to the Nigeria High Commission.
As the NSA revoked my license because the committee recommended that accordingly, the GBA's license should immediately be reheard by the National Sports Authority, and its finances comprehensively audited.
Finances on comprehensive audited on what ground? Have they given the GBA any money? Have they given the GBA any money? Is there anything that the Ministry of National Sports Authority has done to the GBA? Who told them that is GBA and the National Sports Authority? What they are quoting is meant for Ghana Boxing Federation, not an autonomous body like the GBA. The man was democratically elected. He was not really appointed by anybody. So even if we're under NSA, so what right has the NSA to come and audit our account? Did they give us any money that they want to find out what did we use the money for? Okay,
No,
the deal, I'm coming. The deal that we have with IMAX Boxing Promotions, somebody came and said it's fraudulent. Have they called the GBA to come and clarify whether it's fraudulent or not? They did not. So we are coming to investigate what from the GBA.
The ministry and the minister can request to look into the finances.
On what
of
ground?
GBA.
On what ground? Umma kola ne duane se kana HB na wa be se wo be investigate no duane be na wudi duane be na wudi onra esuka be na ode ma no and e be me by one of me small boy be me no know your agreement between money is duane sika for 5 days. Yes, I gave him the money for 5 days. I know he needs something things for himself. Until I don't know me money sky and then mama na maybe I gave it to him 5 days. I must try to struggle and give it to him. Because I have defined him and know who the guy is. So this is the type of person that I can investigate. But you've not given him money. And you see the boy doing something, you want to inquire from him that, hey, who gave you this? Now, so oba ko top phone for omono phone. Prince Wimbisana say okonye no hemfa. It's part of the parental care. But say onya oba ontumi ko bisa no. So we are saying that as a ministry, as a country, have we given the Ghana Boxing Authority a dime? Look, officer, we've rented the place. The refurbishment,
the
secretariat, light bill. We are using air condition. We are using printers. We are using a lot of things. Bisami says, "Scan it for him." Nobody gave us anything. Even IMA's Boxing Promotions, are there urban? Prince, it's nothing to write him about. And to make as a GBA president, it's a very strong and somebody who loves the sport and he's ready to serve. And it's not on why I know 24/7. Most of the leaders, Moses Wamwini, on the office, on the office, sometimes I served him. The general secretary is always in the office. So that is what people are used to. So we have a lot of people masquerading. Omu promoter, matchmaker, then they just go on the internet, get 1 or 2 things, and then they will go to the Secretary General. And he would team up with them, connect with them, do whatever they want to do. Peter Zwenis was the same thing.
The General Secretary of GBA.
Yeah, that is in the past.
So,
that's
the past.
That is the past. Peter Zwenis was the same. He's a lawyer. He's just like Moses. He's always at the court. He's an excellent personality, very respectful personality. He doesn't go to the office. So that is why he allowed Patrick John to serve for over 8 years. General Secretary. So all those guys that you are saying that they hate Abraham Kotenikwe, they attack him, they vilify him. They are doing that because some of them were on cloud 9. All those years, they will go there, they have their deals, they will do their deals, visa racketeering, whatever. But when Abraham Kotenikwe won
visa racketeering,
who beside me? Who be Sammy?
No, so
you are the one mentioning names that people hate Abraham, blah, blah, blah. Some of them.
I mean, can't say they hate you. It seems said they have issues.
Once the word seems, you've qualified the statement. And I'm saying that when he came to office as a GBA president, the gentleman realized that, hey, I never knew. Because there is a saying that proof of the pudding is in the eating. So he has tasted the pudding in the GBA and realized that, look, for me to leave my general secretary in the office alone, I won't do it. So you know what he did? He refurbishment no crap. Now less in time of watching. He came there to stop it. When the president went, the president came and said, is this your business? I say, no, this is not part of the GBA constitution. The GBA should only have the general secretary. He said, look, I'm the president. I was starting no crap no create no kesiye or on the desk waha. Secretary dear wa we dear wa any HN only matter or separate on only dear as the president will separately from the me Dex wo.
So he wanted to check accountability.
Exactly.
So that's what they don't like.
Who be Sammy?
Me, so now
Prince, Prince, you say you are not bringing the relevant question into a new office, or an office. So Prince and Kofi Amponsah he will meet you in his office. If you have anything to discuss with him, foreigners do come, he will discuss with you in his office. Something that has to do with promotion. We have the promotion desk. Aladi Tofik and then Mr. Michael Tete. Okay, then you have my desk communication. Then you have the secretary desk. That is what he has done. This an individual, when he came, he was able to even bring on board a marketer. Gideon Apia, one of the most seasonable marketer. And then a security expert. These people that you are talking about, they are really going against that. You shouldn't have brought these guys on board. The man brought this people because he wanted to address certain things. Inti, Sadia now creating Prince office no. It is not like before. Now when you come, you enter, you just don't go straight away to the secretary. When you go to the secretary, put down whatever you have. Sometimes they will tell you, email it. Who email here? GBA president has time that he goes through all the emails.
So checks and balances.
Checks and balances, Prince. That is the correct phrase.
And that is what those stakeholders in boxing they don't want.
I am telling you that is what.
I don't think nobody would disagree with checks and balances.
What can I make catch us say? There are a lot of things that people don't know. They will say the man is criminal, the man is this. Look, paying water bill, paying light bill, paying for the renting and everything. You be someone so sikana never GBM. So obe renew license. Sikaya jo mekan obesre. So boxers no kokona omu percentage say na manya catch out dada. Percentage na eba bibi kitu ebi. Now boxers are more ewa amono no. They don't bring out their percentage. Wow. Now, as a Dogbe, there was a time that he fought.
Yes.
He gave GB $150. But people went out there and said that he gave $200,000. We have the evidence. Everything is there. You see? They went out there and they were trying to confuse the public that Isaac gave us $200,000. It is $150. $150. 150. Into Prince, what we are trying to say here is that for me, I believe that it was a learning curve. But unfortunately, because the minister allowed himself to be manipulated, quote unquote, yes, by Honorable Neil Vanderpool, because Neil Vanderpool has a bone to pick with the president. On another radio station, and they were on phone. It wasn't easy. I don't want to repeat what happened on that network. He has a bone to pick with the GB president. Neil Vanderpool, he was the one
on manipulating the current Minister of Sports.
On manipulating, now look at the report, look at the committee that was set up, look at the way they are treating. The thing is that they have an agenda. We share executive summary now.
I don't think a president say or resigning.
I'll get there. Don't be mixing the questions. You've asked me something. Let me land before you ask me about the resignation. Neil Vanderpool, he had a bone to pick with the GBA president. Yesterday, the GBA president, he brought the cat out of the bag. I'm telling you, Okambibia, Nilante was shocked. Ono papa no winning elections against Mali Spain. Mali Spain, Prince, is one of the finest in 24 boxing.
Ahead of that contest, everybody thought it was Mali Spain who was going to win.
Exactly. But Nilante,
surprise came.
Yes, it was Nilante. He was then close to Ibrahim. Ono winning elections.
What so?
But Adia Ebaya no. Asama mean to me already so. Where they fiasemu.
No, what kofa benti
David.
Once our boss, you can't leave it hanging.
Where the GBA president aka already so me can me man show you any Friday.
No, you can't leave it hanging.
Oh, it's not about hanging. Now, a lot of Ebia, some of your listeners know they heard it yesterday. I think it will go viral. He told him point blank. So said, this is what happened between you and I. Do you want me to even go further?
No. So what happened? So you can't repeat those things.
I am saying that. I'm saying that Neil Vanderpool and the GBA president, they have a bone to pick. That is personal issue between the two of them. I wouldn't want to repeat it. Please, with all respect.
Okay, I'll grant
just grant me this. So that is why from day one, we have two cabals that were against Abraham Kotenikwe.
Everybody is against Abraham Nikwe. Why?
Because of the system, check and balances. Prince, check and balances.
And everybody around him will be any checks and balances.
Exactly. No, look, I've been in this industry for over 2 decades. So you know, the Kofi sitting here, he knows.
I know
I know the in and out. I'm telling you, the visa racketeering. I mean, boxer to me, fight. No Kofi Amponsan himself fighting $30,000. Boxer and say when you pass zeros, no any 3,000. 3,000 also no only boxer and a becho. Just recently, and yes, recently, a boxer traveled to UK. The purse was £20,000. A Ghanaian manager, a Ghanaian boxing stakeholder, almost $4,000, not even pounds. Boxer no call UK no. And because someone promoter can say 20,000. They say only manager not a problem. And this is not the first time. During America time, I made communication that we had similar, plenty. When we say contract on the bar, they have a way of changing the contract. The boxer will never know. Tell me, why must we have boxers in this country? It is not by force that you should become a world champion.
Then you don't do background checks before you accept promoters.
We check them.
That is, you check them.
Listen.
Some of all these things will come up.
Say anything as I know. Anything on panel. That is the reason why Abraham Kotenikwe squarely in the saddle. Things have changed. Look at the boxers that are coming up now. Can't you see the difference? Do you know that in the past, I can just go anywhere and go and then produce a medical report for my boxer without going to any facility for him to be checked? Court have discovered all this. Release our ODB free Ghana, America, now UK. No, they develop one here. They take it without even GBA's knowledge. They can create their own fight. They will just go to the GBA. They will give them just some 1 or 2 letters, take it to the embassies and get the visas. I'm telling you. Look, there are a lot of things. They are looking at the death of the boxer. Let's concentrate on the death of the boxer. When we are done, when you meet the GBA, the president would have given you all these lacunas. These lacunas, even if you don't even set up a committee, the minister will say that, Abraham Kotenikwe, I'm giving you the responsibility. Go provide me with a proposal. How do we go about trying to deal with the issue? Get a qualified medical officer, get this, get that, get this, get that, and see whether Abraham will provide you with the proposal or not. That should have been the way to go. But we should say the report here, we will say there's a premeditated something sitting down waiting. And it's sad death hereby. It was an advantage. It was an advantage that came, hey, it has come. Let's utilize it. Set up committee without the GBS knowledge.
Give a dog a bad name and hang it.
And no, they've already given us the bad name and they've hung us. So now we also have to make sure that we cleanse ourselves. We need to make sure that the individuals who are serving boxing in this country, individuals of integrity and dignity like John Manfo, we have to sanctify their integrity. We must sanctify the image of GBA. Because, Prince, Adeakosi, one thing that...
Sanctification.
We have to actually go into sanctification. One of the things that is worrying me is that in every sporting discipline, you must find a way of analyzing your issues. That is why we have the VAR. Kofi is here telling us about international stories and all that. Kofi is the right person to tell us what is happening there. There are some issues about. Now share international football matches. So do you see the camera showing it?
No, they will take the camera
exactly off. Because they want to
project the fine aspect of it.
Protect the sanctity of that, because the sponsors, they wouldn't want them to go and not come back again. Now, what is going on? Tell me. The way the minister, the NSA, Neil Antevanderpoel and his cohorts, the way they are handling this issue, one Abeba sponsor boxing in this country. We hope.
But a young man, Waba or Buanso, the president, any issues.
That be only one can say one issues.
No, so I say or the boxer about he didn't know anything about it and all that. He's a young man or boxing. What's the issue with the young man?
You brought a very important point. Sharaf Muhammad.
And I want us to end on this.
Sharaf Muhammad, a very excellent young man.
But GBA president, any issues.
When I catch us one year.
So I see what the boxer bar or the Anthony Joshua bar.
My main catcher.
Everywhere they went, he was
in a day. Do you know how many times Sharaf named President Ekasa? Do you know how Sharaf became a promoter? Do you know how he became a promoter? Sharaf is one of the finest promoters in this country. Take it or leave it. And he started promotion not today, not because his father is the president. He is the one person who organized one of the excellent promotion in this country before the elections. That was the day I interviewed the father. I interviewed Honorable Zenato. I interviewed the son of former President J.J. Rawlings, that is Kimake. I interviewed Asamoah Gyan. That was when Asamoah Gyan says that when his friend passed away and he was looking for, when he called President John Mahama, within a twinkle of an eye, he made helicopter, about 10 helicopters came around. That was the day I interviewed him. And that night was organized by Sharaf. Sapphire TIAC last Friday. People were looking for alibi. Only my alibi, bro, focus on. Maybe it's only my alibi. So me, will be.
Yeah, na me pe
They were looking for an alibi. Shemini Sharaf, you say, because ni papa there. So my main country, my appointment, your bomb pie say be beba. Anka eba, and a BBC and a to me ambasso. Last me done will be need their chair. HappySports. Need their buy or catch me. I mean, when I went to His Excellency, when we were talking and I raised your name, and say, hey, issues about Amil Lam to leave it for me.
I'll deal with it.
I'll deal with it myself. That was what the president told him. I'm like, this was with Sharaf. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that with a branch with free me, young Kwane BBR, flights, coffin, barrier garment, BBR almost costing us almost about 80,000 Ghana. Not even a dime coming from the ministry. So when the Sharaf
fight, you approach the ministry for
support? We presented everything. It's not about on say. We presented everything to him. He said that he is not ready to support us. On say, he is not the one who invited the boss to come and fight in Ghana.
That's what the minister said.
Exactly. Oh, you don't know. So you've not heard this?
No.
So you went for the reporter. You've not even done your research to know that the minister said this.
Now, when they say, me kwaje report in every ministry.
Ministry.
He said I went there and I didn't ask him.
Prince, into one who said, Sharaf Kasano, I just went on the media outlet and said that there are so many events that when GBA is done, not only British Boxing Board of Control, other sanction bodies, maybe Cote d'Ivoire, maybe the United States, whatever, if they don't understand something, maybe with regards to the contract or whatever, they have to link up with you, just like this Nigerian boxer. Nigerian Boxing Board of Control, they want to know the content of the contract. That is the entity, is the same thing. British Boxing Board of Control, omuche email edema GBA. It be saying questions about the night.
No, but we have requested for the copy of the email. Munya and the public.
Why must you make it public to you? No.
Transparency.
No, it's not about transparency. Me catch you see, in communication, there are so many indicators that you need to consider. That is why communication, we have body language communication, we have oral communication, okay? We have verbal communication, and then we also have non-verbal communication. When I look at...
But you see, the moment you raise that, then you are questioning what happened.
I am not questioning anything. We are the sanctioning body. We sanction and approve. So I can't say British Board of Control are sending emailer. I can't say about the fight. Say about the fighter. You don't know what they said. So why would you go out there and go and say that Amil Lamte says that Sharaf's promotion, blah, blah. Omunina, this is more or less like an alibi. I know all these twists and turns. Damage control, I'm an expert in PR. And I know how people run their damage control. Sometimes when you are doing damage control, I sit them and look at you and laughing at you. So what they were using Sharaf
as an alibi.
As a tool for their damage control against us. They were using me. Look, Prince, I'm not really trying to blow my own trumpets. Let me tell you, I've been a lecturer for 9 years. I'm lecturing journalism, PR, communication, marketing. Okay? And let me tell you one thing that made me to cry a couple of days ago. Last year.
You cried?
Yes, I cried. Because it was more or less like tears of joy.
Oh, a strong man, Muhammad.
Yes, I was glorifying the Lord.
Okay.
You know why? Okay. Prince, let me say, last year, almost about 6 universities, students are more PR. More assignment. You catch them say, go and look for an expert in PR. I don't know, Prince. I don't know who directed them to me. Some of them almost supervisors. Some of them said they are lecturers. They came to me in my office. Prince, when I say the group will come. Some of them they are in 10, 11 or whatever. And I don't have anything before me. No, I don't have any document. Everything is here. So they've asked the question. I served them. Most of them, especially KNUST last year, The mobile and all of them had an A. And because you have to take your report to your supervisor or lecturer, mention the person you've spoke to, you take pictures and everything. Last year, this year, almost about 7. And one thing that made me so humble is that students from UPSA pursuing their masters in PR, they came to me. They sat with me. These are people, some of them I know them, very, 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 prominent figures. I couldn't believe it. I sat down with them in my office. And then at Lagos, somebody pursuing PhD. He was directed to me. Prince, when I finished with him, the PhD student said, I know, Mr. Millant, I know you, but I'm really surprised with what you gave out to me. And this PhD student, those who are pursuing masters, said that they've studied PR from diploma level, degree and then now they've never met a lecturer who gave them this input when it comes to PR. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I'm telling you that it made me to cry. Do you know what made me to cry? I was there when the master's students from the UPSA, they said that they have almost about 7 groups. With what I gave them, they topped the groups. They topped the groups. He gave me the marks they had, but the lecturer told them that they need just 22. The final examination, they just need 22 marks and they will just get their A's. So, Prince, why wouldn't you cry? So if people out there who will not look at you at anybody, look, when it comes to diplomatic communication, God has given me. When it comes to political communication, God has given me. Political marketing, these are the things that I'm lecturing at the university. Body language communication is something I've added to my curriculum, my course outline to my student, and some of them are telling me, sir, it has really helped all of us. Finally, on this one, I have a student who pursued his national service at Parliament. I went to Parliament and coincidentally I met him. When I met this guy was like very, very humble and sober. And said, I lost your number. I would have wanted to call you to thank you for what you've done. I said, no, it's not me, it's God. He said, no, sir, when I came here, I was with students from Legon, Kean University, Central, whatever. They were ahead of me doing everything. But it got to the point when I started applying what you taught me, I took the lead. Now, the guy was telling me at the time that he has been retained. He has been given an appointment in Parliament. So, sir, I'm thanking you. Look, Prince, I'm telling you, before God, the man, if you have student be America, UK, now send his camera me. Let me sit down and say, I can't thank you. Prince, I'm saying this for you to understand that leadership, when God gives you something, just do the right thing at the right time. There are people that will be talking, trying to criticize you, say so many things, ignore them. And that is what Abraham Kotenikwe is doing. Look, let me tell you, I'm not really God. Me catch us, Abraham Kotenikwe leave the scene. Prince, you call me in this studio and say, I mean, you said it. And I'm happy you even raised some credible questions about check and balances. So I borrowed your word. Wherever I'm going to grant any interview today, and even on Monday, I'm going to borrow that phrase from you, check and balances. That is the name that I should be giving to Abraham Kotenikwe. I'm telling you. So to all
and that's what Nkrofo are fighting on.
I'm telling you. Prince, and
on Monday, Obekase, national chairman of NDC, are catching and say more resign.
Any day is unpredictable. Only day is a very humble guy.
No, but I'm asking a direct question. On Monday, Obabe catching and say maybe His Excellency the President and the national chairman of the NDC are catching and say more resigning. More resigning be more now.
In corporate world, some of these things do happen. Because my fear, you see, for me, Abraham Kotekoa, Prince, it is very difficult for you to hear me even talking about boxing. I'm telling you, to be frank with you, I'm an academia. I would rather go and focus on my academic work and see whether I can even add certain things for me to even get myself busy. Because I don't know whether somebody can really continue what that gentleman is doing. And then I mean, okay, say, Onura, in some I met it, make shock here. Some of them called him, some were even crying that President will beg you, don't resign. Those who were even saying you should go, those who were excited, Omwa say, hey, there is this saying that the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. That is what is happening now. Some of them, I was told that yesterday they even went to the NSC. I don't know what happened there yesterday. Now, they are saying that when this man leaves, even though the man is giving us run for our money, he's not allowing us to do ABCD, fake, boxers report, fake medical report, fake license, fake whatever. Then he's going to come back. He's going to kill the sport. Boxers are no more gun. Monday, we'll bring the list of boxers that through Abraham Kotenikwe. Today, they are on cloud 9. They have been penciled at world beaters. Ade akosi die media nyankomo nkwana de na se Abraham Kotenikwe man kase is a superhuman. Me catch obi say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I know is a man with integrity. He is a good listener. Abraham Kotenikwe deserves not even the GBA president. This gentleman deserves a minister. I'm telling you, Prince. Ejuma hwemene no enya asamo.
Yen wrap it up.
Mene no enya asam.
Jesse wa ha kwame wa ha nti de wa kan so mo nso ebe pese o mo be kaka.
Mama catch look.
Oni ni nya asam.
Oni masama enya ya. It was something that he said he wants to do, and I said, no, Mr. President, let's wait an ABCD. Mene no ya adria nyebako. I fell back. Oh, me for almost about two months. Mene no and she sat down in the boxing league, you will never see me in the ring. So he himself admitted on radio that, look, Amin Lamte is a man of principle. So I'm saying that it's not a superhuman. But
on the flaws.
Undoubtedly. On the flaws. But I'm saying that the minister should have come down. Let's work as a team. We belong to the same political party. There are so many hiccups and then rough edges that we can collectively address them. Patch up the pieces and let's move on. By the way things are going, it looks like there's some witch hunting. There is some agenda to unseat him. How could you, write on your executive summary that you want to set aside
the GBA and set an interim
and on what ground?
To oversee the GBA.
On what ground?
Oversee the rot in our GBA.
What is the rot? Have you captured the rot? Have you called him to explain himself with regards to the so-called rot? There is no rot at the GBA. Finally, I just want to thank you for having me. And
on Monday we'll be at the
undoubtedly, I just want Ghanaians, whatever that some of us are saying, we are saying it from the bottom of our hearts. Some of us, we are not pretending to be people who are pious. We are human. Tuare is human. And I just want you to understand that Abraham Kotenikwe has gone through a lot of problems. The Nigerian boxer no we no ono kwana ebibia osebonu be bono kakra. Flight no $12,000. Custom charges no 5,000 Ghana. Much no I didn't see about 2 months no almost about 8,000 Ghana. Documentation 10,000 Ghana. Oman nkrofo menu etu kwanko Nigeria eco representative GBA. There are so many things that on Monday we give it out. Oba no after 2 days and in the senior assistant who ono okware Muslim. Last Friday in no. What I'm trying to say here is that GBA, there were people before Abraham Kotenikwe came. There are so many things that need to be done to shape professional boxing in this country. So when you hear something, don't just conclude. Seek for clarification before you can come out with any decision. But if you want to take decision, and later on when the person you accuse also come out to sort of raise an eyebrow on your decision, please take your time. Let us all come together and smoke the peace pipe. But I believe that on Monday, we give you everything. I'm most grateful. Wherever that I've said something that somebody might think that I really said something untoward, forgive me, I'm human. But whatever that I said that need to be verified, you must also go ahead and do the verification.
And
God bless you.
And Mohammed Ami Lamte, senior lecturer, senior journalist, ono ene kasamafo edema Ghana Boxing, yes, Ghana Boxing Authority. And on Monday, the ebe on fodi ewo hubia yede ebeba yeji enkratu yeba Kwame Jumo Ajima wa ha Jesse Kofi Amponsa ewa ha yebetoa HappySports ne so twen yeba.
This is the home of champions.
Charlie, today be my lucky day. I just download the Betika app for Google Play Store. Where I do some small deposits. No, boom! Betika dash me 100% free bet. Free day beeper. So me, I place my bet sharp. I no go door. As in, so make you no slack. Download the Betika app now and grab your free bet. Remember, terms and conditions apply.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below age 18. Gaming can be addictive.
When I get home and milk and sugar. I only need some water. Soak is made easy. Kivo carry me. Kivo carry me. For your office. Boarding house. Kivo carry me. Everything there inside. Groundnuts, milk and sugar. I only
Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Soakings are easy. This advert is FDA approved.
Happy International Fathers Month. We bring you greetings from E Productions. This June, we are offering a whopping discount for production services of all magnitude, be it personal, social, or corporate, to celebrate fathers. For other events happening after June, worry not. You can still enjoy same Fathers Month discount once you place your order in the month of June. At E Productions, we are happy to assist you in capturing special moments within a friendly budget. Call 024-2755-323 or reach us via socials at E Productions. E Productions, capture the moment.
And no creator say high sensor, the about chimney television, refrigerator, chest freezer, air conditioner. Now so when say your laser TV, gas cooker, washing machine, smartphone, sound system, water dispenser, microwave, blender, rice cooker, kettle, iron, air fryer, kakrabim ponono. So to adhere away ho. In few numuntem, se chima, ne free yania, fabra, yen siya mawa, yabese sama. Se so the high sense showrooms no, ebu organa fanenina. Inti bibina opa toa, bwana iko, neko jodie, ebi one cry, tama, kumasi, takrade, takwa, mankesim, obuase, sunyane, techima, tamale, hohoi, kofodia, ebuone da fomboko, edemao. Si yaka high sensor, ni yechre die echeno, die ye papano, die ense mkaniano, die feno, ne ya befono. Bibina upenchrimua, freye, 0302-550000. Anakwa befo anansentinta anusu. Ubenye highsense.com.gh. Yawa Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any YouTube so. And also share Hisense Ghana. Hisense, the name was so be abotum, enono.
Number one everywhere you go. Big goal for the friends and the family. Big goal, big refreshing moment. Big goal for the kids and the adults. Big goal, boys and girls with a drink of. Big goal, everywhere the party day. Big goal, we go mash up the place with the big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big O, big refreshing moments.
Big O drink, big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Yedase yasan babium na we efri Owura Jojo Efsin or say good morning my man, listening to your show with Ami Lamte. His narrations are laced with half-truth. We Otwaso or say they should take Honorable Nilante Vanderpoel out of their problems with the sports minister, especially the setting up of the committee. Yes, I think if the Cote-led GBA aren't comfortable with the findings of the report, they should address it such or go to court to clear themselves. That way, they bibia anymore implicate you in terms of criminal charges for you to even suggest they should go to. Where ministerial committee. Yes, I mean no, but I'm sure so Nipo or sending a day we know he knows is he's insider when it comes to boxing. And I know say unim say a ministerial we or say but Otwaso say for auditing it will definitely come on because the contentious 30,000 US dollars sponsorship money from Ghana Gas Company meant for an amateur boxing league, but was rather directed to professional boxing by Moses Fu Amwani. Okay, so this 30,000 no kind of was for sponsorship for amateur boxing and free Ghana Gas. And also directed BB and so Ediaba. So we would all this we would
do that.
No, this is
the message now I sending. The message now I sending. Money was supposed to go for amateur boxing. Jojo FC
or Kasama for the amateur.
Interest in you.
Oh, of course.
That's what I'm
saying.
Same thing,
Kasa ask for auditing there. The auditing should happen because that money is contentious. And Sana Jojo so kwampacho trahama me. Adjust akonya we na trahama me. Na men kase beti kase free the be. Beti kase download your app no. Obenya 100% free bet. Anase opese otwa mo bet ni bia ko www.betika.com. Anase obe dial *26# na watimi etwa bet. Terms and conditions apply. Kai say asemwa me boss with the amount vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. Not for persons below 18 years. Gaming is addictive. Enti no ensemo abajibu semen kanche o se wonum so dia no anum ensupa. Nyame ya adoma ochena yekopiem ewo chief imam ho a ye ni jibufo e na eko. Ye anum wo ha no na 9 other African countries nso enum ewo ho. Ye wo airport, ye wo North Legon, ye wo Adenta, ye wo Osu, ye wo Salam Dan, ye wo Dansuma, ye wo Sotium, ene ye wo Madina. Omo se from 0302528669 jibu a better life. Sound so ena soccer chance free soccer bet. Almost say ulusu no krano na ma opportunity to win your bet na wechano. For 10 plus matches, make sure say us no 1.30 or higher. Ulusu one game out of a lot now fire na. Bell reward deal 3 times a year your stake. Terms and conditions apply. Kaisheno so say Salah Food Fest 2025 grand finale no ebeba so ochina 28 June 2025 ewo the forecourt of the chief imam's house ewo Fadama. Kaishene so say zongo sina eba no edoso pa Madina, Fadama, eye Kaswa, Tuba, Zabun Zongo ena afe Ashama ena ye shiemu ewo eda ochina ewo chief imam animu ha. Shenen so say Jumedi Salah Food Fest 2025 no brought to you by Tasty Tom Spices, Tasty Tom Jollof Maize, Frito Vegetable Cooking Oil, Fortuna Margarine, and a so refreshed by Jibu Eye Water. Happy FM, and Nijenkwa. And until say, Mashe Matare Kama. Nyame ya doma ochina yekopiemu ewo chief imam animu ho Kwame Jumo Ajima me kwaba Jesse de yetiefo atene nkamene na ene hyase ni nyina se ne akwesi asempa wantimi ama sanso na jo won so bibinti ono nso wantimi ama Kwame yate won kana. What do you make of a year ensemo earlier on almost 1 hour 20 minutes with Ura Muhammad Amin Lamte?
You mean
was your readings with the ekosuni nyina?
Medase so ne akwanya de mami. I honestly do not have anything to say in addition to it because once it's not like I mean waha and then maybe I would say something maybe as a min
I'm these only asking of your readings.
Well, I think was it Fiada? I think it was on Wednesday and I'm saying Mr. Nikwe attended a resignation.
Yeah. Yes, it was on Wednesday.
I think Tuesday or Wednesday thereabouts.
It was on Wednesday.
So when I saw
mid-morning,
honestly, me who you know, I didn't see it coming. Let me put it that way. I didn't see it coming because with all the back and forth, now me follow or media space, no. It was a laughing and I me dream say be a bit me but there must have been very good reasons in here. After the scene, that's what I'm saying. Said there must have been very good reasons for him. Intina the scene in he decided to resign. Interestingly, and Rame call baby, and I'm the chairman of the committee. The Honorable Amaka
Ambassador, yes.
A lot of people do not know, say, 42 years ago, and yet 2 years ago, 42 years ago, he was Secretary for Sports.
Yes.
And then came from the Minister of Sports.
Yes.
42 years ago.
Yes.
And yet,
so he's
years
not
ago,
a novice when it comes to sports.
And in that period, I know he's Secretary for Sports. No? The role he played, as far as boxing is concerned, no, make us a meka at the change.
At every Azuma bout, he was there. Yes, at every
look
so we watch
old
those
bouts.
Yes.
They are on YouTube.
Yes.
And I'm in Okasa.
Yes.
Go and watch them. You would see him there.
Yeah.
And then so would interview people that misono na minimum because na ba to me area. Near free Bako Mr. Kema. Who interview sound microphone na the role and the wisdom and the knowledge and the experience this man has in boxing, no. You can see a try at the bechi. It's no sebi onyu bia keke or you be a onimopa. Inti for whatever reason, no, they made him chairman of this committee. Or more can you nimomuna or more present your reports as to whether the minister is going to implement the report or not. But Oma ye juma nevi into Omodi Aman. I cried when you copy. Yana referee cries, oh, a big man. It's only a penny phone and it's no, so when you copy and yemi. See, as for this, me assure say we interview someone from the other side. I almost went back home with the, you know. So, we can ask him now that chairman has decided to resign and minister, and so maybe at some point he would work on ABR the recommendations of the reports. I'll leave it there. On a personal level, the media, I'll leave it there. I don't really want to get into it so much.
Okay, just the me Musano, reading because many in an interview, into me Musani, the reading of the Ecosunina, and Yemra. What is your reading, Jesse? You see, because I know I'm Buso. It seems say everybody around boxing, any boxing president, you know, there were issues.
Look, you see, I think that simply in some time we have to better okay, you know. It just said there are serious issues with professional boxing.
Many
issues such as people getting themselves in visceral racketeering. Issues such as there's no proper handing over. You know, issues about the fact that the authority has another, account with Fidelity Bank.
Almost 4 years.
4 years.
It's just coming up last week.
Coming up last week when they got to know. That is why President Edwin Simeon Ket Okreku will tell you that Ghana Football Association is better run than all the other organizations. And you know, because Sebi, Ghana Football Association, Omo accounts be a Ubini.
It's hidden somewhere. Even if it's an offshore account.
And I heard Amin Lamte say something. Say, medical, was it, you asked him about something regarding boxing league, why they didn't get a medical person there. He said the ministry was supposed to provide it for them. Did I hear him say that?
Yes, he said that.
Can you imagine that the league that we are playing, the Ghana Football League?
No, to be fair, can't a professional medical doctor assigned to the GBE for professional bout.
Debbie, now, don't we play professional football here? Don't you play professional football?
No, so maybe what you saying is the GFA requesting the ministry to maybe assign doctors to them for what they do.
They don't have to. It is, you see, we must differentiate between government coming to support our national teams as against the various private leagues that the authorities or the various associations run. It's different.
But in the case of boxing, yes, they don't handle national teams. They handle professional boxers.
So I am saying
and they
that
may choose to even fight under two flags.
I don't know if you are not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying that if the GBA is saying that one boxing league are more organizing, Ghana government and more doctor, so that they oversee it. And meanwhile, the same GBA is saying that it is an independent body. How? Ghana government.
So say support. Independent body by support.
Ghana government, all doctor. Now we are OBIBA also we are independent.
No, so if you are able to provide them with such support, then you have locals to come and question what they do.
I'm saying then where is your independence? So there are issues with professional, and I think, sir, and usually you have it with these associations. Sir, we call one hand over ENT, wait time, not say.
Peter Zwenes, hand over.
Wait time, not say, wait time, not say, no. I think we must seriously look at, because professional boxing is very important.
Yes.
To all of us.
Yes.
And the issues, some of the issues he has come to raise here, they are very, very, very serious issues. Serious issues, as I said, people must pay attention to. It cannot be said you are going and you hand over, you not have proper handing over. What kind of authority is this? What kind of authority is this? And the president who didn't hand over is put on a committee to come and hold another person accountable. So there are myriad of issues, and you see, there are about the football for there. There are serious issues
with boxing, of course.
There are serious issues.
There are issues.
There are serious issues.
The authority.
Say General Secretary ni Njabi Biamano. President by wa renovate office. And also a penny there. Say be obey to monitor how the office is run and all those things. And people have a problem with it. Say Ghana Football Association, Ketokreku, first General Secretary in Rani Bibia. After the cat by or creative office so that he can monitor whatever goes on there. Now, prosperity is not a problem. Please, I think that we must raise the bar a bit.
Mate.
We must raise the bar, and and for me, and it's a very sad deal. It's a very sad day for our sports. In some Mate Rahu pa Rahu papa. Hey, Sadu.
Obidiaba said the committee's recommendations are recommendation and report are basically for reforms and as a reformation of Ghana boxing at all levels, both amateur and professional.
And you know what?
Level.
You know what? The Neil and Van der Poel angle also is quite. Neil and alternate drip.
No, I said nothing and I'm say on one of the because you see, just say, who follow to say me follow 4 years ago, time on Beto Abana. Everybody, Kwame, I don't know if you remember, everybody going to that venue that day, Obiafi said was Malispin, and I winning as GBA. Because na Abraham ni na only discussion mukra then surprise after the elections.
Even
everybody was surprised.
Even prior to the election of Mr. Nikwe, prior to that, lawyers witness.
Yes.
Even at the time, I'm not lawyers witness.
Everybody thought it was Malispin.
At that time,
yes.
Malispin contested. I was there.
Yes.
at that time, no cramp, no. There were many within the boxing space who felt Manly Spain was a man.
But
there was something at the time, our lawyers awareness ahead of Manly Spain. One of the things I always took with me, there were some who were there. This is not me saying it. Some who were there, more many of them, lawyer came in with Sebi Prediasa. Came in with the knowledge and the education they wanted. They didn't necessarily at the time, or more lawyer, they didn't necessarily at the time wanted a businessman who only came in and was riding on Sebi Nisika because he was very well to do. So although some of them had even assured Manly Spain on the day of the voting, they decided, said they needed someone of lawyer caliber na Sebi. Because there were a lot of paperwork issues with GB at the time. They wanted someone who would look at these documents, understood them diligently, and took a decision on Nebe Boagana boxing. And see, although Sebi and Kekoba saying Nanke send ye two about Ukrum Hay and for influence with money. No, if it was about money, Manly would have won that election. A bar a year Manly ni Ura Nikwe was not even in the conversation. At that time, no Crampo no was standing for a year member of parliament for Kaikwe South. Will lose election over 10,000, 11,000. There be election and Kasa on the ticket of the NDC. Kaikwe South. Yeah, Olusuye, that election. Olusuye by a very big margin. I recall his billboards were all over the constituency. Olusu that election, no.
So that's against.
This is 2020.
2020.
I can't remember.
Against
Daquan Newman. Yeah.
Against Daquan
and she lost that election. And then the next thing I heard, and Sebi, if you've listened to a year Oranikwe on any public platform, he kind of like struggles. I mean, he really struggles. He's not your quintessentially eloquent person. And see. And of course, I still engage a lot of people within the boxing fraternity. It was. I don't want to say unseen hands, but now they were a lot of people. Yeah,
it was.
Unfortunately for Manly Spain, he didn't appear to be that. Unfortunately, on the day of the election, it was like a political battle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Manly Spain. From Omo and Omo, I wasn't there on that day, but from Omo on, it was like a political battle because there were political hands who clearly had an interest in one of the candidates winning the election.
Yeah.
And that's how Nikwe won the election. If it wasn't because of those political hands, according to those who were there and had the votes on that day, there was no way Nikwe would have won. Absolutely no way. But Akoban is out, so we have moved on.
So we've moved on. Yeah, Osiwa resigned. I have this strong feeling, say on Monday, Obe rescinding a decision to resign.
Who is forcing him to? Who forced him to resign? And who is going to force him to rescind?
So now there's an issue between Ono and a sports minister now. Some big personalities in the party.
Do you resign your decision as the president of an organization, and after about a week, you come back and say, Masasa Maji. Like the moment you resign, that's it. Someone should be taking over.
Officially, and close of and the last day in office. Penny statement, not the buy.
But per the statement, not the buy, and also by Friday.
Yes.
Also Friday will be his last
day. So let's clarify this. Since I don't know the two statement, or the two Jan said resign on. Did he put any sentence in that statement that says that although he's leaving, he's staying in office till Friday?
Yes.
Did he put that in the statement?
Yes. I can read it. I have the statement.
Although resigning.
Yes.
But his last day will be on
and that today would be his last day. So technically today, by close of working hours, he's no longer the president of the Ghana Boxing Authority. So if he decides on Monday, after 3 days, say, it is absolute nonsense.
But third paragraph, hold on, Jesse, hold on. Third paragraph of the resignation letter, or say my last day in office is expected to be on Friday, June 27, 2025. After an official, listen to this, after an official press conference at the GBA Secretariat at 10 a.m., to officially announce my resignation as a democratically elected GBA president for 4-year tenure.
So he's in his statements, he's resigning today.
Tying it to announcement to the
How
press
do you
conference.
resign
Tying it
today?
to a official press conference.
You resign today.
At 10 in the forenoon.
When you are resigning, you put in the statements. So we're resigning in any organization. Now say even for any reason, so that's naswa. Until say be say we're resigning, but you're going to stay on until maybe an election is held to bring in a new person. But you say you are resigning, and you are resigning by close of today. But on Monday, Obe press conference. Is that my understanding of what you have read?
Yes. Kwame, what is it that I'm reading that you don't understand?
Now what you know kind of does it sit well with you?
Is this my statement?
I haven't said
because this is a statement written by the I'm just reading it.
Did I tell you it's on our joy?
No.
What I'm saying is say
no, by your facial expression, these are my words.
What you have read. And by close of today.
Now, Jesse, why are you laughing?
But it drew a juada or bear press conference. Why they?
No, step by step.
Kind or bear press conference.
Or say, and maybe let me read it in full.
I
deeply regret to inform fellow Ghanaians that I am resigning as the president of Ghana Boxing Authority (GBA) due to personal reasons. Second paragraph. While it was a difficult decision to make, it was the best course of action for me and some executive board members with integrity and dignity at this crucial time. Third paragraph, and this is where the meat is. My last day in office is expected to be on Friday, June 27, 2025, after an official press conference at the GBA Secretariat at 10 a.m. to officially announce
when
today,
Friday. Today, June 27th. June 27th to officially announce my resignation as a democratically elected GBA president for 4-year tenure. Then on Thursday 26th, then yesterday we received another press statement to reschedule the press conference and the press conference 27 June to Monday. And yes, in that Monday na make say I have a strong feeling that OBIBA
I don't care about his feelings. I don't care about his feelings.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. He brings in a letter to say in the last day.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
By close of work today.
Yes.
He brings in another letter on Thursday.
Yes.
To say we push a press conference, no come
Monday. Yes.
But in that second letter, I haven't heard you say the decision that Enebe in the last day in office does not stand.
No, there's nothing in the statement.
I didn't know which one.
Okay. Kwame.
No, maybe so by close of today,
he's resigned.
By close of today,
he ceased to be the
press conference no ochna. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or by the time or press conference he is the ex-president of the Ghana Boxing Authority.
Fine.
Fine.
I agree.
I disagree. I'll show you why.
Tell me why you disagree.
I agree.
Good.
Time no cool.
Topic no.
Okay.
See. Okay. Already the earlier resignation letter. Or see. The press he tied the press conference to resignation. Or see. The press, you hold a press conference at 10 a.m. Where he will officially announce his resignation.
But in the second letter, he hasn't stated in that letter.
So
the heading of the first letter. No, hold on. Maybe the heading of the resignation letter.
Statements, it should be clear and unambiguous. Want to mean release a statement? That's all the nipa 10 there were different understanding.
Okay. So listen to this. The press release for immediate release in a buy on the 24th. Of June 2025. This is the heading. GBA president set to resign.
Set. Okay.
SET.
Okay.
Set to resign his post.
This is in the statement.
This is the heading. This is the heading of the statement. This is the heading of the statement. GBA president set to resign his post due to
like the president of an organization releases a statement, and in that statement, the person is set to resign.
Yes.
Should that not be coming from
today's press conference?
Not be coming from
so without today's press conference.
So, for example, if you're writing a story for HappyOnline.com, and then when you're Scooby, so you put out a story on HappyOnline.com, say Kofi is set to resign, okay, but a statement coming from the GBA boss set to resign.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Who wrote that?
The GBA Communication Secretary, Directorate. What is it?
You don't seem to get me. You don't seem to get me. There's something fascinating about what you have just read. You don't seem to get me.
I get you.
The president of an organization is resigning.
Yes.
And in the statement that the person has put out, the person is set to resign.
Yes.
No, he's set. He's
set to resign. And no one tells you.
Brofo, unim. Entina.
Omo etie no betimi afre. Omo etie nso betimi afre na omo.
Unim.
Bibia omo work na omo so dia ba.
See, his resignation is tied to the official press conference.
You resign.
I think so.
And so if we have postponed the press conference to Monday,
the resignation to Monday.
Yes.
To Monday. If you don't understand, you can go to hell.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
What a ridiculous situation.
I said if you don't understand, you can go to hell.
Me pacho mami ubetimi afre na de wonso wadwe nkyere aba.
What a ridiculous situation.
Ye fro say na afre free fa. Hello, ye fro say na afre free fa. Hello, ye fro say na afre free fa. Ojinasu nanso me kasa ase ye fro se na frefre fa
ye frame idi you kasa free saboro lunch
me idi mo anu ko yiti o
prince
yes sir
shingasa bon zongu kana miti
kan wasem yenko kan wasem anopa no mu ye mentimi anka enti kan wasem kan wasem yenko
enti ana mi champion for studio
yenko
prince na no krani mi champion boss Sami Lamti boss mi tiun kache na ya bra ya papa mi apini Instagram oti em se mo aka so mo di ni wa dan se bebre e fa jum awayo e ma ende bia kana boxing edru ye nyina ye fa ya ntum o se semi ba o se ye hwe na epa asem no epum sibre ana I catch you say we betimi antini resolve issues na nko say na we be sumasi ade ana ya na say ade a mo so bi timi nye ya fa say minister o se wan minister da be na minister bai mo aka samu dia dan say for over 40 years Mr. Abraham Koti o ye box na mboa that minister in just 4 years be na o dia be say nyama aya hye mfi bibri be nyina ya mpele masaya nko so me ame bra ko fi Adam o timi nka idini be stress mo mas nje nto nyina fifi ba kum me da say
menso me da say eno eye ye nua ono so de nanu di semaba ye fro say ufre yes idi ena di aboni no idi ye da say ena owura Kofi Adams nso ono so ne middle name eye idi sa ye fro say na frefre fa oh me pamcho mo mane me hwe eye ana eye ma me fan shi ne hello otemenka
OBIBA me tiun ka pa
yenko
ya
obi kisini
yes new ningo ko United supporter
me pacho kasani enti o
nya mi shira professor ne Kwame na Kwame dan ko general manager he soon to be the CEO of Okwa United Prince
me
pacho when me stand the question say GBA as we speak omun need license to operate how you didn't ask him that question
say no eno mebusa ne pen mebusa obekae a da ne ye interview o phone so no mebusa no
I was not that clear with the answers that he gave
Okay? And so let's go on. The DBA president is set to resign. One is sure statement. Is he, Lamte, any of them from the office of the DBA are not the DBA board.
Say a resignation, I'm sure so no one a better.
So you are set to resign. They should have resigned today. Or he's going to resign on Monday. Oh, Ghana. We are mobile.
Yeah.
So this one tries to be with us.
Kasamitio. Ajana one. Now the Missy my resigning free happy. Some in case my resigning to me.
Why already I know the best boxing authority, no authority, and show Biasi. One a bomb who bra, and this will be a Ghana by one of the if you are best minister, no need authority, no Combo, no meet to new Yajima, meet to Yajima. Yeah, but my person minister, move on Pino. Nobody in one who said, meet me, you Yajumano. I am Pana because Obia can be, I can work with my enemies, but I need topic. Move
Thank you. Ajana dear, yeah, asem papa. I see a Musa minister and say I am passe or can echere ura Abraham quote Nikwi say I am passe or caso to me and then a jumana ye and yemre ko ye or this year ba atabwa being academic juggernaut waba or de happy kasiebo second sermon no ena or de ba nesa and kaminya kame fa last school bi but Kwame, Hasselfolk in 1 minute, only Jesse Hasselfolk, and there's a transfer ban. But the attitude in this idea of money, new to be as Atanasia, they are almost resolved a year issue, no, and almost submitted a roadmap on a coefficient. If you know, ever Sunday, Abase, Omoyi, sa transfer ban, the free houses. So, and this Masu Didi Dramani, I want to mean top players.
Communication free if you know by now. I think that letter was first written on the 8th of May, and they had another 3 weeks to comply, and they didn't do it until after 31st of May in the they were always going to face the consequences. So they were going to face the consequences until say Omoni a certain kind of deal, and then both parties would then revert to the Football Association, so ABI activity process no for so that's then Accra had to focus so more any intention to sign any new players they get them on board. And see for media once you are here and say they intend to sit with BRC to work out whatever differences they have. I think this is a straightforward.
Jesse,
I to work Omuyani club.
I didn't hear.
I am Mutra. Say edubiasi unia keto so unim sa unia keto anso de ka unia panyi udidi ja unia keta wo de ne ka so utua enti unia keto kakra o de be podwe na enu so aba be ya asema ye the decision by 8 May say what the deadline of 31st May when to meaning unia keto an transi and discuss and for road map anko what transi ama decision no apahun deadline apahun to say the babe end June aden enti yesre has mpa omu ye mpanimfo ya ye mpese ye kasa
ye kasa pani anim sa
enti has mpa o ye pani a onye de pani ye
midin e the prince OBIBA POAKWA Brown me enene metena mu e de ma Jeffrey Sintim Corey Chaskele crucial ye de kan de ato anim say Chaskele Kwame ne Jesse asema me bekan be yam ngon ba Chaskele enya kwanhia epra pa on Monday eno nya kwanhia nti obom pae a no abobi e de ama no wanya akwanhyia epra ankasa. Nti yɛbɔ mpa